We are live. We are live. Hey, everyone. This is Pontificators. It's Wednesday night. Do you know where your pontificators are? Well, they're right here. Yeah, you guys, we're going to have a great show. We're going to do some celebrating, some CG celebrations. So we're going to put a spotlight on the CG books that we like. We're going to have Bob in here. We're going to have Todd in here, and they're going to put some focus on that. And then we're going to talk about this whole, what is it? It's Diamond's getting ransomware attacks. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. And then I think Bob wants to talk a little bit about Eternals. I think he's got some kind of insight that he's gonna throw at us. So let's without further ado, let's get Bob in here. Oh wait, how do I get Bob? There we go. All right, yeah, we got Bob in here.
Let's do my getting my rhythm down for Art's drum solo.
Yes, at 90K, you guys. If Black and White, when Black and White hits 90K stretch goal, Bob will get a drum solo. Yes, indeed, you do.
Yep.
So how you been, Bob?
I've been good. Like I said, man, it's been a minute.
Time moves fast.
When you guys do the drum solo together, I'll do it. Like I have this big trombone. So
wah, wah, wah.
You heard this, you guys. At 90K, Todd is going to do a trombone solo for Black and White. Do you have a trombone, Todd?
No.
Oh, you lied.
I don't even. There might be a kazoo in. Is it kazoo?
Yeah,
kazoo in this house somewhere. But
okay. Well, I want to see what Leg Kick has to say about Todd lying about the trombone. We got Dillard Draws. Man, Dillard, you just did a great Black and White piece. You posted up on Twitter. So that's for the Black and White fan art trading card set. So you're definitely in the running, my friend. That piece looks incredible. I'll be focusing on that in a later show. I'll show everybody how cool that is. We got the real Steve Dye. What is up, dude? Got the kick drum out. Let's rock. Indeed, do. So, Steve, what do you think about Todd just lying about the trombone? Yeah.
God damn.
Man, it's horrible. It's just horrible. Let's Todd's trombone rusty.
I don't think there's any instrument in this house at all.
So the Mel.
I have some guitars. I'm sorry. There's some guitars.
Do you play?
Like Smoke on the Water.
Oh,
that's about it.
Well, Bob and I can play Smoke on the Water.
I can't play. I don't know. The only musical instrument I know how to play is like the friggin' triangle.
Well, that's a skilled Bob. That is a skill and a half. Yeah.
Yeah, like there ain't no friggin' way, man.
The triangle is all about timing because you got one shot. Because usually there's like one hit in every song, right? And so you got to know when that perfect timing is to hit that triangle just right.
Yeah, I'm a cowbell man.
Very good, very good. We got Stephen Rockwood. I want to rock with you. Art, what are the rules for the fan art dimensions and due date? That is a really, really good question. We are going to update the Indiegogo, the Black and White Indiegogo site tomorrow. So we're going to give the specs on the trading cards at that point. But I would think usually the like a comic book page format, like 11 by 17 format, usually works for a trading card. But I'll give you those exact specs tomorrow. So keep sending the artwork in, you guys. The stuff I've seen so far is freaking amazing. So Steve says, I'm out on the trombone, real or lie, I'm out. No trombones. Guitars, yes. No Stairway. Denied. I can play Stairway to Heaven on a guitar. I just realized that.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I can just play that one part that ding, 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 ding. I can't play that part that goes dun dun doo doo doo. I can just play that one little section. Thank you, Bob. Yeah, this is Black and White 2 Man versus Machine. Here's the link. The link is also in the description. Pedro Ang, who is part of the campaign, says, "Hi, Comicsgate." And this is Steve Dye's Rocket. So we are going to be focusing on some cool Comicsgate books later on in the show. So who knows? Maybe Rocket will come up. You never know.
Rocket. Yeah.
Hail yourselves.
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Hail yourselves.
Yourselves. We got, what is this? Stripling? Vaughn?
Stippling Vaughn.
Stippling Vaughn. Kids and Monsters. Are we going to focus on that? Are we going to put some...
That helped.
Maybe. All right. Well, first off, man, this wouldn't be a Pontificators unless we really delve into the heavy topics. And the heavy topic for today is going to be ransomware. Yeah. So apparently, hopefully, you guys are seeing this. And this is CBR and comics industry's oldest distributor being held hostage by ransomware. I had no idea what ransomware was until this article came up.
Yeah.
And so Diamond Comics Distributor's website has been down for some retailers after a ransomware attack on the company's order processes and communications. So, Bob, do you know what ransomware is? If not, I have a definition here, but
vaguely, but so go ahead and read what they're saying, what it is.
Okay. So let me stop sharing. I'll come back and I'll share this other link here, and we'll read it off. And ransomware, this is the Wikipedia, the official Wikipedia definition, is a type of malware or cryptovirology that threatens to publish the victim's personal data or perpetually block access to it unless a ransom is paid. Holy shitballs. I had no idea this existed. While some simple ransomware may lock the system so that it's not that it is not difficult for the knowledgeable person to reverse, more advanced malware uses a technique called cryptoviral extortion. It encrypts the victim's files, making them inaccessible, and demands a ransom payment to decrypt them. And the property implemented cryptoviral extortion attacks, recovering the files without key, blah, 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 difficult trace, digital currencies such as PaySafe card or Bitcoin. That's what you were talking about in the scenes. Yeah, that's how they pay for this stuff, cryptocurrencies. So I think we got enough to go on there.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, and like I was talking about with you earlier, a couple of the biggest ones. Let's see here, I'm trying to find the biggest data. Yeah, the biggest payouts. The Colonial Pipeline, which like I said, is part of the our power grid and our fuel grid. They paid 2.3 million in Bitcoin.
Holy shit. So they actually paid for it to get.
They're not the only ones. There are ones you don't know about.
Yeah,
and they a lot of times companies cave and pay because they need that data like right away. If they get the right thing, like a power grid or something like that, they need they got to stay in operation. They can't shut down. So sometimes the fastest way to get things going or keep things going is to just pay. Because the ransomware people will give you, it's not like they shut everything off. they say we have you on lockdown if we want, right? We're in your system. We can shut it off. We'll give you a certain amount of time to pay.
Yeah.
And that's usually how it goes, and that's effed up.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's when Bitcoin. Yeah, and that's when Bitcoin was way cheaper too. So
then what they do is it's just like a hostage situation, right? So they kidnap your access to your whatever company details are, and then they hold it hostage until you pay up.
Yep.
So the thing is, at that point, how honorable are these people? Are they actually turning this power back on? Are they actually keeping their words?
from what I understand, yeah, because that's how they get people to pay. They're like, hey, see, we told you. You give us the money, we give you back your information.
Yeah, so I guess it doesn't do them any good if they don't turn it back on or give you access, because then they're not going to be able to do it in the future. So I don't know anything about this, and the Wikipedia article doesn't get into it, but is there any speculation on who is behind these attacks?
Yeah,
Russians.
Yeah, a lot of it comes from Russia. Let's see, what is it? There was a lot of it's from Russia, a lot of it's from China. There's another country that a lot of it comes from too. I'm trying to remember where it was. The Ukraine and Russia are like the two biggest ones. China's in there as well, and the Middle East. But they're saying in the chat, a lot of I said, according to the report that I was looking at, over almost 1,100 attacks happened in the first half of the year. A lot of it comes from, like I said, multimedia companies like Facebook and Twitter and whatnot. There were big breaches in. I know there was a big breach with Facebook. A lot of video game companies get hit like this, where they get access to the data that for the games that they're creating, and they're like, we'll leak all this data if you don't pay us. But they're evil, man. Like, they will go after hospitals, like they go after power grids, and like they don't care.
Yeah. So hey, Joe, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Welcome to Pontificators. So, Joe, do you have any insight on what we're talking about, which is pretty much the ransomware, and they're holding Diamond hostage right now? The article that I read on CBR doesn't get into what Diamond's really going to do. They've sent out press releases to certain different retailers and letting them know what's happening. But they don't even speculate on what they're going to do, if they're going to pay the ransom or what they're going to do. So do you know anything about this, Joe?
No, this is actually the first I'm hearing of it. So this is all new news to me. What's going on, American Comics Co. And hail the chat and hail the panel. Thanks for having me on. This is actually brand new. So I'm just hearing about this for the first time. So I wish I had some insight, but it's crazy.
It's pretty scary, man. I mean, like Diamond hasn't gone through enough, and the comics industry hasn't gone through enough with the lockdown and everything else. Now Diamond has to deal with these assholes pretty much holding certain things hostage, because I think they're still able to get through to some of their retail outlets, but some of them they are not.
Yeah, they said it, what was leaked was not wasn't customer information or anything like that. What they're having trouble with is that they lost control of their, or at least partial control of their order process and their communications.
Right.
You know what's crazy?
It's stuff that's just affecting their ability to fulfill orders and things.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just getting so sick and tired of these hackers, or whatever you want to call them, doing this online ransom. I just recently went through hours and hours of online training with the job I'm at, and part of the course was talking about online ransom for your corporations and whatever. So I got a little bit of a, the do's and don'ts and watch out, like all this kind of stuff. But it's crazy of just one little thing can let them into your system, and then they can cripple everything, and they can have you basically at their whim, and you can either pay or it depends on what company you have or what you're liable to do. But it's insane. It's like they got it. Like if they get in there, that's it.
Yeah, and like the Last Crusader said, like he said they're digital terrorists. That's what I would call them.
Absolutely.
Because like he said, and like I said, they go after hospitals, they go after air traffic control systems. Like they take anything that they can take hostage, they will. They don't care about what the possibility of loss of life is.
Yeah, they're completely evil, man.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible stuff. And a lot of it, like I said, gets traced back to Russia, gets traced back to Ukraine, gets traced back to China, gets traced back to the Middle East. And they're always, like I said, they use crypto and stuff like that because it's hard to trace. Certain cryptocurrencies are pretty much impossible to trace.
Yeah.
So that's one of the big things that the government has used to like, poo-poo crypto. But the future's the future. So what are you going to do?
So these are federal cases, right? This is CIA is involved. Oh, go ahead, Todd.
It's not that it's hard to trace because they give the wallet. Here's our wallet. You can trace where that wallet is and where it's going, but you can't get it back because it's not a bank. It's not like call your bank, have them ship us. Where it's still electronic transfer, a movement of money, but the bank that where you got to have that physical or put it into a bank account in the Cayman Islands or whatever. That's all very easy to get back. But they do know where that money that crypto money goes, but they just can't get it back yet.
Well, it's when I said that it's hard to trace, it's that they've got like multiple fronts that are set up that they move the stuff around so much that it gets to the point where they break, and then like literally they can break the crypto up in like little tiny chunks and then shunt it all over the place. So
the thing is,
it becomes a nightmare track.
Close down copyrights and patents that China's stealing daily. You know what I mean? Like, how do you even begin to stop something like this? And it's a government. So if it is like coming from a certain, region of the country, like China or Russia, like how do you go after, another government? Like, I don't know, man. It seems like that's why this is pretty chicken shit, because it seems like it's pretty untraceable. It's like the perfect crime almost, right? Like, what could we possibly do? How do you shut people down?
Well, that's like you talked about when you're dealing with foreign countries like the Ukraine and Russia and China and stuff. That's like, what can you really do? Because that's like one of the big arguing points about COVID. Like, even if they do prove that COVID, 100% without a shadow of a doubt that COVID came from China, what are you going to do? You're going to tell China, you got to do something about this. China's like, screw you.
Yeah, all you could do is, with that, you just set up sanctions and you stop doing business. They've
got sanctions against them now.
Right, but it's not like that's why terrorism, that's why this fits into more like the terrorism category, because what do you do? It's like 9/11, the kind of escape clause, if you will, was that it wasn't the government that crashed the planes, it was terrorists. So you can't declare war. You can't, you know what I mean? Like, you can't go after the region because of that, because it wasn't the government.
Yeah. Well, that's why
it becomes harder to fight. You know what I mean? It becomes harder to go after because it's like, well, they're terrorists.
Yeah,
so,
and that's why they largely call this kind of stuff like a faceless crime, because even though you can track it back to the government, you can't prove that they had a hand in it. Even though there's all kinds of reports coming out that Russia and China and Ukraine, they have like government, they have like they work for the government. They have these massive houses, buildings full of hackers who their whole job is to do this stuff. Because it helps it helps destabilize other countries, and it puts them it leaves them under your thumb. So
Well, I feel for the comics industry. I feel for the retailers out there. I feel for Diamond. I think that they've been yeah, they've struggled within this last year and a
Yeah.
half, and I hate hearing, like the worst thing is there's that joke, like, the best time to kick a man is when they're down. Like, I just, I've never been that kind of person. Like, I always think that's the worst time, like they're already they're on the ground.
Yeah.
You're an honorable dude, though. You're not a friggin' cyber terrorist.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's you can't apply your mindset to that because you're talking about two completely different types of thinking. So
Right. And God, just how easy it must be to tap into some of these. Like, if they can do governments, like if they can go after power grids and stuff like that, I mean, Diamond must have been a cakewalk. You know what I mean? Like smaller businesses like that. I mean,
Yeah, it doesn't take much.
no.
yeah.
That's why Tech TF was talking about how he works for a corporation, and all the majority of cyber attacks come from Russia and China, and not the U.S. But my first degree I went into was for computer networking administration, and one of the first things that they taught us was you basically have two networks. You have the one that you connect, that you advertise on and everything, and that everybody uses for that, and then you have the secure network that isn't connected to the outside at all.
Right.
So that and even when you do that and you have all these layers, sometimes they make their way through. So it's just that saying, the more you overthink the plumbing, the easier it is to stop up the drain.
Well, they can disguise like emails and
Yep.
like all this stuff that look legit that will fool you into clicking on a link. As soon as you click, it's over. Whatever it is gets downloaded, or whatever works from there. But it could look like a completely legitimate email from the company or from people that are associated with the company, and it's just got maybe like a couple different letters or a couple different symbols that show that it's not true. But most people don't catch that because they're just doing work, and they unbeknownst to them, boom, they do it, and now they're in.
It could be like embedded in anything, in innocuous stuff. Like I remember, because when I was going to school, I actually worked for the system administrator there, and every time we got an infection or a virus or something like that, it didn't come from our network. It came from a student or a teacher bringing something in on a jump drive or a hard drive or something.
Yes. Yep.
And it could be like we found there were viruses hidden in pictures.
Wow.
You could attach this stuff to anything. They say
it's
hard, man.
A lot of times
this was 20 years ago.
A lot of times people will possibly charge their phones with their drive or their cords and just plug it right into the computer, because they'll charge. You can be at your workstation. Even that can get you in trouble, and it can get something uploaded real quick, and because you have tons of stuff on your phone, right? You use your phone every day for everything. It's not like a work computer.
Mostly
it should
porn.
be isolated,
Yeah.
And so once that gets plugged into your computer, all bets are off now.
That's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy to think, like with hey Clint, like the last year, we have had to basically close out our credit card accounts and get new credit cards. Pamela was just hacked like last week. We have to get another credit card, and man, it's amazing the frequency of this. I mean, it's down to the point where Pamela and I are now like, we're going to use cash. We're just going to use cash. We're going to go to the bank and we're going to get a reserve of cash, and we're going to carry it around with us, because the frequency 3 times in 1 year.
Dude, my mom,
that's a lot, man.
My mom got the same thing happened to my mom, and it's because of like Tech TF is talking about here is it's all the phishing and phishing fake emails and stuff. It's on the rise because of COVID. So many people were stuck, and a lot of people are just not used to using that stuff. They don't know, and they're not properly protecting themselves.
That's what the bank told Pamela. They said COVID, there's a lot more people at home, and they got more time on their hands, and they're doing
and people just don't know how to like take precautions for it. So
yeah. So, Clint, have you been listening? Do you know what we're talking about here?
No, I kind of dropped in and I was doing something else. I thought we were going to be a little bit after 7, so I thought it wouldn't be too late. But I'm a little later than.
No, it's cool. Yeah, we're going to move on, but I want to see what your 2 cents is on this. Pretty much, Diamond distributors, they were hacked.
Oh God!
By ransom.
Okay.
They're held hostage right now via ransomware. And there's no in the articles that I've seen, they don't say what the hostage takers are. I don't even know what they're called.
Oh God, yeah.
Are asking for. Like, I don't know what they're asking for. I assume from everybody in the panel right now is talking
money.
about cryptocurrency, most likely.
Oh sure, yeah.
Payment that's
crypto is the easiest thing, and I mean,
right.
I mean, major like I mean, you guys probably already covered this, but what was the gas pipeline thing out East Coast that got the you guys probably already touched on that. And I mean, if they're getting hacked, like Diamond is an easy target because they're a much smaller thing. And
I mean, like I said, like the research that I did real quick, which was all like 10 minutes, so don't quote me on anything. Like the ransom they demand is anywhere from like as little as like $5,000 to as much as $500,000. Depending on what it is. Yeah, and like I said, they will hack anything. They have no morals whatsoever.
Yeah, like you want to ask Diamond for 50,000 or 100,000 to get their business up and running, and it's kind of finding that middle ground of like what's too much where it's going to cripple them, or what's a nice cut that I can make a profit off of, and they'll just not even blink at it because it'll
and Diamond has to be for a quick buck. I mean, like it's such small fish when you think about them going after power grids and hospitals,
Facebook.
Oh, and I mean, if you're a smarter hacker, this is a way better deal for you.
Yeah, because it's faster and easier.
Well, and less publicity. They're not bringing the government in. You're not like, I mean, when you're doing like gas lines and electrical power grids and stuff like that, I mean, you're getting the national government in. I mean, nobody gives a shit about Diamond Comics right now.
they're probably pretty low on the thing.
Yeah,
it's low on the totem pole.
Yeah, I'm sure that they're not like actively pursuing it, but it still is an act of terrorism. And I'm sure
absolutely. But if you can get $100,000 off of them and not have a national government breathing down your throat, why wouldn't you? This is why I wish I'd paid more attention to like computer programming and coding in high school. It's like I missed the boat on that stuff because I mean I have no moral high ground.
So what I'm hearing here is that Clint wishes he could be a hacker, and
I just wish I was smarter than I am.
Hey, I know a lot of computer guys that they're computer savvy, but everything else they're pretty stupid. So
I know, but I didn't even get the social skills either. It's like I crapped out in 2.
I didn't even get the social skills.
No.
Yeah, so our heart goes out to Diamond. So they've been kicked in the balls.
Does anybody really like Diamond?
What's that?
I said, does anybody really like Diamond? I mean, they've been raping the comic book industry for the last 30 to 40 years. So.
Well, like I said, man, I don't like kicking people when they're down. So this is almost like too easy. So like if Diamond's gonna fall by their own hand, in their own stupidity, that's one thing. But this was like unforeseen. Like how do you protect yourself against something like this? So my heart does go out, and also just the retailers, because the industry.
Well, the retailers for sure.
It's trying to recover right now, and a lot of retailers are still dependent on Diamond. But I do have to say this before we move on: that personal information, like that retailers and that Diamond has, it has not been compromised. So right now, the hostage taking the ransom is just kind of getting involved with their operations fulfilling orders, things like that. So, and it's not everywhere. It's just like certain regions and things like that that have been blocked out. So if you want, the CBR article goes into detail. So if there's anybody that's a retailer out there that's listening right now, it goes over the different areas that have that were affected by this ransomware. So this is crazy, man. I had no idea that this existed, and I had no idea that like, they'd go after comic books.
Yeah, it's really crazy when you think about that.
Yeah, they'll go after anybody. But and then just to cover our ass, they say that addresses and personal accounts and information haven't been taken. So who knows? You're not gonna admit it out openly.
To the best of our knowledge.
To the best of our knowledge, yeah.
To any lawyers who might be listening, this is what we know, but it might not be accurate, so do not hold it to us.
I was listening to RTK, he said it was okay, man.
And then they go, oh, we just got another ransom note. It says that all your information, your personal information has been leaked, you know.
Yep.
Yeah. That will be the next ransom note that they send to Diamond. Yeah. We're gonna come after your.
It's hard to feel bad for Diamond after they've been just fleecing the comic book industry for decades.
Yeah, it's weird because like I go back and forth with it, and for me, like at first I was thinking, yeah, well, if we can get Diamond out of the way, then other distributors can come in, and then we can kind of.
But that made it worse.
Right, but now it's like, you know, we've seen how that's going, and
it's like the companies that are like offering like to ship your like Kickstarters or Indiegogos now. It'd be like if one was doing it for everybody, and they were just like taking half of your cut of your Indiegogo or your Kickstarter and just like cleaning you out, and like nobody had a better option. It's like that's basically what Diamond was for like decades.
Yeah,
and they were smart business people, and they made
but at the same time, it was good short term, but it wasn't good long term, and that's where I come down on Diamond because I think it was good for Diamond short term, but it wasn't good for the industry as a whole. It was very short sighted. Let me read this right here. I bet Steve Jeffy was at work looking up naked chicks and clicked on an extension file.
Can't fault him for that.
That does seem plausible.
Damn pimple face hackers.
I agree, Jeremy.
I used to love this trope in movies. They don't do it anymore. But remember when it was always like, how do we get this information? How do we do it? I know a friend, right?
Oh, yeah.
And they would drive to like the suburbs or whatever, and then there would be this guy in the basement, right? He's like, I can do it. Just give me a second. Tap, 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 tap. I'm into the CIA, you know, whatever building.
Wasn't that like Kevin Smith in one of like the Die Hard movies?
Yeah.
Like one of the fourth.
Oh yeah, it was the third
movies.
one. Yeah. Forgot about that.
Like, the crazy ass thing is like I always just think like how ridiculous this is, because if you had those skills, you would not be living in that basement. You would not be, you know, you would be one of the richest people in the world. That's why I know magic does not exist in the world. Like I'll debate this with anybody, because I'm thinking if you were truly psychic or you could use magic, then why aren't you more successful? You're like these guys that are like, I can read your thoughts, I can read your you know, you're psychic or whatever. And I'm like, then why are you hustling people for like $20 an hour? You know?
Why do you have a Vegas show in the back of the Excalibur?
It's just ridiculous. Yeah, that's how I know it doesn't exist. But anyway, greasy haired gingers. What is this? Smoking? I don't know. None of us are greasy haired gingers. So, Joe, how long do we have you for? Another half hour? Another 25 minutes?
Probably another 20 minutes. I got the Yacht and Stuff show I gotta jump onto at 9.
Okay, well let's start with you then, since we don't have you for very long. we're going to celebrate some CG books. We're going to, whether it's in demand or just whether it's live campaign right now, even if it's your own campaign, Joe, we're going to throw some light on it. We're just going to talk up not comic books as a whole. Yeah, well, Clint's got a like.
Well, and fuck, Joe's book with Bats Inks. God damn, I saw those sample pages.
Yeah.
Like, damn, that is gonna. I can't wait for you to launch, dude.
Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, I'm
Fuck,
pretty excited about that.
River Destroyer is gonna blow up. Those pages look off the hook.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting it out there, man. I appreciate it.
Do you have?
No, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
give me
shit,
2
yeah.
seconds.
It is
seconds.
absolutely the bomb.
Are you going to be selling any of these pages in your campaign?
You know, that was something that I've had a couple of people ask me about that, and I haven't decided yet because although I would like to, because I know it would bring more money to the campaign, there's a part of me that once I get those pages in my hand, I don't know if I'm going to want to let them go. You know, like especially being like this would be my first like real comic book released, you know, so it's just I don't know yet. I'm still kind of
don't hang
deciding.
on to all of them. Hang on to your favorites and then sell some, because you know what's great? Money.
Yeah, I was just saying that's what I was thinking is hold on to at least a couple, but I don't know. It's just there's a part of me that selfishly wants to just keep the entire thing, you know, like.
Also, for somebody like me that would just love to get some of, your pencils with Bats inks on them.
Yeah, that's one of the big things for me. Like once I get the pencils back and I got like Weems's inks and I got Matt Bat Banning's inks, like I kind of like don't want to give them out of my collection. You know, like,
is this Joe?
So this is Joe Weems over me. Yep.
Yeah. Can you blow it up a little bit?
Yeah. Hold on a second.
Yeah, I gotta see these patches.
Oh, Art's got to check out the line work, man.
I'm gonna start geeking out soon. Yeah. Oh shit! Look at that.
So yeah, he did a fantastic job, man. And this is what I was saying about. So this is my first time working with like professional inkers, right? Experience, been in the industry, worked with all the great names, and seeing them just take my pencils, be true to my pencils, but at the same time add in their flavor, which is what I wanted them to do because that's why I hired them, and have it come back and just have it be like this combination of both of our styles, but still resemble my art, you know, because I've worked with guys before that have just buried me or just not done a good job of inking what I wanted inked. And a lot of times it looks like, you know, crap. And these, you know, no offense to these guys, I'm not saying any names, but just people that aren't professional, right? Or like amateur like me. You know, I call myself an amateur. And they'll just come back and they won't look good. But, you know, you get the professional polish here working with Weems. And I've got a bat page, but I'm not sharing that. I'm just saving it specifically for the ash can that's going to be coming out.
For sure.
But these are the pages I've been showing around lately.
It looks great.
Fantastic. Go down to the profile shot that's in the left corner. Like, God, that looks so fantastic.
Yeah.
The design work that you did, Joe, the character looks very cool.
Awesome.
Thank you, man.
Awesome character design. Love every bit of it.
I appreciate it. And let me I'll show you one more because I just got let me close that.
I do like how the cape is kind of splitting up the panels, and I like that last panel where it's just kind of pulled back and all that machine gun fire coming at him.
Oh yeah.
That was it's funny because, you know, I'm a child of the 90s, right? You know, so like a lot of my influences come from all the guys I grew up idolizing. And when it comes to like border designs, I thought it'd be really cool in this particular opening scene when I could utilize his cape to kind of border out some of the panels. You know, obviously I thought it flowed well, you know, like to kind of give his cape border out a lot of the panels and just give it a little bit more of an edgy kind of surrounding feeling. But
yeah, it looks great.
It's very cool. And I'm glad you said 90s because I was gonna say, man, this looks like good vintage Image stuff.
You know, that's my style, right? Like, you know, I grew up on Image, and I wanted to work out with the guys that I idolized, and specifically Weems has been one of my favorite inkers because, you know, I'm a huge Silvestri simp. So you know, I grew up Silvestri, so Bat and Weems, you know, those are the guys But yeah, this is the latest page I got back from Weems for the day.
Yeah, that looks fantastic.
Hey, you know, in this, I want to give a shout out, right? Because I've worked, or maybe not technically, I'll take that back. I've seen professionals work with no-name guys like me, and you know, they take our money and then they give us a product back that's not necessarily their best, right? And you're just like, you know, they're just taking the money. Weems has not phoned it in on anything.
No,
he's completely been professional, done his thing, put his touch on stuff. And every time I've gotten a page back from him, it's been, you know, fantastic. And he's gotten I put a lot of little detail and stuff, and I leave a lot of little room as well for him to add detail if he wants. And every time he's come back with stuff, it's just been great. You know,
that face in that, is it the third panel down where he's getting punched in the face?
Oh yeah,
that thing is incredible. Great design, nice pencils, brilliant.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, so I've been extremely. I mean, I'm out of my mind excited working with the guys I'm working with. It's just it's a complete dream come true. I got to pinch myself sometimes because it just doesn't seem real that I'm working with these guys.
I got ink envy here.
Well, like I told you, like I want to work with you one day, do something, because I would love to get your inks over my lines. That would be another dream come true.
Yeah, well, someday, we'll do that. It's just, man, like I just feel like I need to focus all my energies on black and white right now.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And one day we'll do it in the future. I got one more to show you, and that'll be it. No, I'll stop taking up everybody's time.
Oh no!
Do you have a pre-launch or something? Oh wait,
there you go. There you go. That's what I've been waiting for.
This is a fan piece that I did for his book.
Hell yeah!
Unfortunately, I have to redo it because I don't know if you can see, but I really screwed his leg up.
I like it.
Oh, it looks good. It looks
that guy's still good.
I can see.
Yeah.
Bob, is this your pencils or inks?
This is my pencils and inks, which is why the inks look terrible because my.
Damn!
I think it looks great, dude. I've been waiting.
No,
I've been
waiting to see it.
Yeah.
Bob, you are coming along, man. You are coming along.
Yeah, I gotta finish this gargoyle, and man, I gotta do something about that leg because you can't see it. This thing is just coated with friggin' whiteout. It's so bad.
That looks awesome.
Spill some black on it. You'll be all right. That's what I do.
Yeah, just like Dave Fitch says, when in doubt, black it out.
Exactly. When in doubt, black it out. That's exactly what I'm saying. Absolutely.
Hey, Bob, send it to me. I'll draw over the thigh. I'll help you if you want.
Well, I got a fan. Well, you got the fan thing going, man. So I got a fan piece for you going. So.
Oh, sweet.
So listen, with this ash can, basically it's this. If you DM me and you want the ash can, DM me your information. It's through PayPal. It's only $20. I'm going to ship it in time for Christmas. It ends November 19th. It's going to have the first 6 pages of story in inks, black and white, and then a bunch of extra stuff in it with a foil cover. So if you're interested, anybody, DM me on social media or joemsontag@gmail.com, and we can get that done. I'll add you to the list. I've got 107 reserves so far. So
yeah, I'll be on there.
You have to blow up this. You have to blow.
Oh yeah, my bad. Hold on a second.
Yeah, I'll be picking that ash can up. I just had to wait to get the funds together. So
absolutely, yeah, yep. Like I said, the 19th is when we're ending it. So we got plenty of time.
Man.
So this was actually, I want to say the first page he inked. So this was the first page we worked on together.
I love that. God, I love that. I love that old school cityscape, man. You don't see that a lot anymore.
Yeah, like I said, influences, right?
Yeah,
like I'm diving heavily into my influences. It's supposed to be kind of like, my version of almost a slightly futuristic New York City. So I'm gonna put my own spin on it,
Yeah. But like that old school, like McFarlane used to love doing those things, man.
It's all like Frank Miller, like old
yeah.
And then people kind of went beyond that. Yeah,
the old school Daredevil. He got his Daredevil run.
It's like the zoom in, the segue in the beginning of a movie. You see the city in the distance,
exactly, man.
And then you come to the building, and then you see the people in the rooftop, and then all the action starts.
You set the environment, man.
Absolutely, exactly.
And I'll do a nod to all my favorite artists that have influenced me over the years, whether it's like in page layouts or a tip here or there, like buildings. Yeah, like I'll do a McFarlane thing every once in a while, or another artist influenced me. This panel right here is a straight nod to McFarlane. This kind of just simple fall you know, with the cape. I mean, that's like a McFarlane Capullo nod, you know, right out of Spawn to me. And I did that on purpose because it's like, you know, it's kind of how I give the tip of the hat to the people that inspired me over the years.
And it's fun.
Yeah. Well, like you said, like Frank Miller was like so good at doing those urban environments, and then Todd just kind of took it and just like dialed up the dynamism to 11 with it.
You know what's good about this, Joe, is that, the placement of the blacks gives it solidity. Like there's a lot of kinetic line work going on, which is great, but there's a nice anchor and solidity to it. It's because of the blacks. Like there's a lot of people that draw in this style, but they don't really anchor. Like there's just a lot of hatch work that doesn't really connect to anything.
Right.
And your work, you have a nice anchor with the blacks.
It's like a frame, you know.
Yeah, with the placements of the blacks and the way the hatching comes out of that. Very, very good.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, guys. I really do.
Yeah.
And thank you for all the nice comments, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's going to do well. It's going to do well for you. So right now they can. How do they get in contact with you so they can get the ash can?
All right, so you can hit me up on any of my social medias. Or I'll drop my email in the chat too. You can hit me up on that if you don't have social media, which some people don't. And I've had a couple of people just go right to the email. But in Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, email, just let me know that you want the ash can. And it's $20. And I'll put you on the list. And you let me know if you want it signed or not, and address so I can ship it to you. I'm trying to get it out in time for Christmas. Like I said, the first 6 pages of the book, black and white with script, and then there's gonna be like character sketches, bios. I'm gonna have like a breakdown of history and mythology of the Reaper Destroyer, and then some extra bells and whistles in there. It's gonna have a foil cover to give it that 90s feel as well. And
sweet, all for $20, you guys. Joe, do you have any other campaigns or books you want to focus on?
I was going to say, actually, the guests I have coming on tonight are Billy Basco and Dan Plagle, and we're doing Goblin Girl.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Let me see if I can pull it up in Indiegogo right now. I'll share it with you.
That's another one. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, this book looks really good.
I checked that one over. It looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks fantastic. Here, let me.
I've been talking to Billy about doing some color work for black and white, and oh my gosh, Billy's expensive.
Well, I'll say though that checking out their work is I've been impressed with his colors. They're doing really good. They're at $9,000, 95 backers, 15 days left. I think it's their first 30. And just look at some of this art. It looks fantastic.
Oh yeah,
Boob Dan.
You gotta love the boobs. You gotta love that first off. But
we gotta see. We got a boob expert on the panel here, Clint.
You had me at boobs. No, I told you I already looked this over. I loved it.
Are they working for you?
Oh yeah, I like that shine. There's some good coloring. There's some good highlights going on there.
Yeah, I like the palette that Billy uses. I was really impressed looking at this campaign, getting ready for the show, and the art was really cool too. So
yeah, I get
the way her top is just like cutting into the middle of her boob. That's that's well done.
There's nothing not to like.
Kudos to you, sir.
Yeah, like this page I thought was great. I love I love the negative white in the background, makes everything pop. The green, the red, everything's just really
way over the top. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's great for this project specifically. I'd like to see Billy's work on a lot of other stuff too. Like I haven't really seen too much personally that I'm hoping I can, but it's great.
Yeah, like looking at his artwork, I get like a cross between Scotty Young and Freddie Williams. You know, get kind of like that exaggeration that Scotty Young likes to do, but with that cool gray tone and just like the way that Freddie likes to do his the over exaggerated anatomy for his guys and stuff.
But with the colors, it looks like its own beast. Like the coloring is so outside the box. It looks really amazing. Let's play the video.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully I shared with audio. Let's see. You'll let me know. Oh, it's on mute right now. 1 second.
It's pretty low. Oh,
Can
there
you hear it? Okay.
Yeah. Ouch.
Yeah.
Colors are incredible.
Yeah, the dude went way.
Goblin girl.
Or you know what this reminds me of is early Tim Vigil, like Faust.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, got some red Monica thrown in there.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody go check that out. And if you want some more info on the book, check out Ott and Stuff. After you watch this, catch us on the replay because we'll have Billy Basco and Dan Plagle on in just a few minutes.
Yeah. Go back. How many days do they still have?
15 days looks like on their first 15, I believe.
Yeah, they're halfway through.
Yeah.
Well,
It looks like it's pretty good. What was it? 9,000?
Is that 9,000? Yeah, the 95 backers.
Yeah, they're 5 short hitting that 100 mark.
All right.
Cool.
So Joe, do you have anything else you'd like to add before we bid you adieu?
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Make sure you guys hit a like on this and subscribe to this channel, the Ox channel, and catch the Pontificators on Wednesdays at 8. Check out Pirate Queen. I know that's kicking ass. Blue Bombshell, that's another one. Yeah, all Clint's stuff is fantastic. Make sure you check that out.
We all got a bunch of books out there.
Yeah, I know. Comic Book Bob, I definitely want to see that Reaper Destroyer at some point because it's looking fantastic.
Yeah,
I can't wait. I'm excited about that. Yeah, that's it. Kyle's innocent. So
yeah, go Kyle. I think Kyle's in safe hands.
Hey, real quick.
Somebody said the judge. I think the judge is his uncle.
Yeah. Who am I?
Why is it still even going on at this point, right? Like they should all just go home.
I've watched every second of that trial.
That prosecutor has to be going.
Yeah.
Just like going home and just like starts pouring himself a drink at one drink after the other. Like,
yeah.
The face palm was epic.
All right. Have a good night, man.
All right, guys. Thanks for having me on. See y'all later. Hail the chat.
So, Bob, what do you got for us?
Okay. So,
yeah, sure. Okay, man.
Give me a second here, man. Okay. So where is it? I'm trying to find the right one. Okay, so this was a campaign that I was kind of clued into after talking to the Cryptonote guys because I saw it and then I forgot about it. But this is called Kids and Monsters.
I saw it.
You know.
Great.
So basically, it's kind of like Pokemon with like more creepiness. But so yeah, it's like basically teens find monsters in their backpacks and pulled into this like this war that kind of mirrors what's going on with them back home. But let's go ahead and watch the video, and you guys will get a better idea of what I'm talking about.
Sweet.
Birdman attorney at law.
Oh yeah, there you go. Get that high res sweetness.
Get some good sound going.
I started seeing the cracks just after Mom and Dad began fighting. They were thin as pencils at first, then they got bigger, and things started to disappear. Beasts are pouring out of them. Beasts trying to rip the world in two. Just like my family is being ripped in half by my parents. But we're not alone. There are keeps shaped like backpacks hidden in the world within. They hold monsters for those willing to fight. Here, monsters are not the things to be afraid of, but embrace. Monsters are the ones who are going to save us.
Oh.
Only on Indiegogo.
Yes.
So cool. Yeah. So really cool looking campaign. Like I said, I
launched, or are they starting their second month?
I believe this is their second month.
Okay.
Yeah. So because we were looking at this a couple of weeks ago.
Right. That's what I thought.
But yeah, they're at 154 backers. They got a lot of really cool stretch goals and stuff like that. And you guys know me, like every time I talk about one of these projects, I'm always looking for the most bang for my buck. So like this book in particular, 72 pages. It's oversized. It's 8.5 by 11.7.
Oh, wow.
And it's hardcover.
Wow.
So a lot of bang for your buck.
Yeah.
Also, all physical backers get the digital version. But yeah, and then there's like just take a look at the artwork. It's got a very cartoon style, but at the same time,
the artwork is amazing.
Yeah,
like,
I really
I love their style of their artists.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I get they got kind of some like, story within a story kind of thing going on here, which is cool. It kind of gives us everything more depth. But yeah, that artist is awesome.
Yeah, I'm trying to I'm having a hard time pinning down like something that's similar to him. But I look at like you look at his faces, you kind of get that Sam Keith like when he was working.
Yeah, a little bit of Sam Keith.
Yeah, a little bit of Sam Keith.
Yeah,
with the way he draws faces and emotions and whatnot.
Yeah.
A little bit of like I said, Scotty Young with like you look at the creatures and like just the general
really
weirdness
fun.
of them. Yeah,
the creature designs are fantastic. They look inspired. I haven't seen anything quite like that before.
Yeah. And they say like some of the creature design, the monster designs are really cool. Like this is one of the monsters that comes out of this kid's backpack. I'm digging like he's kind of like some weird.
Well, and just that whole panel layout.
Yeah.
With the sound effect behind him and the blue lighting. Like that's like an impact panel. That's an artist who knows what the hell he's doing with the panel. That's beautiful.
Also, you guys, like I'm a big fan of like the Felix the Cat kind of idea, where you have like this small little like satchel, or you have like a backpack or something, and you can pull like anything out of it. You know what I mean? Like there's this giant monster that comes out of this guy's backpack. It's I think
it's
that's
like
so much fun. Yeah,
it's like a pocket universe in there.
Oh,
yeah,
totally.
Yeah. Let me get back to that page there. But
it's good.
And then like just like some of the effects he's doing, like the way he's blurring the skateboard here, like belaying the motion and the speed. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's a fun looking book.
Yeah, and I'm trying to see. You can get
a custom backpack.
A custom backpack, yeah.
Holy shit!
And there's what it looks like, right there.
The claw coming out of it.
Yeah, it's
you
cool.
guys, this stuff is not cheap to do.
No, I can't even imagine that.
Yeah.
Shit! How much is the backpack?
Let's go up there and take a look. Original art. Well, you can get the monster backpack plus the book for $80.
Holy sweet! That is inexpensive.
Yeah, and then the backpack by itself is $55.
Okay.
How much is the buy-in on the book? The book by itself is $25.
Wow.
And then there's an ash can for another title that they're doing. I can go back down here and take a look at that.
It should be at least a $30 book. This is a hardcover comic.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a 16-page ash can called Nail and Goo. It's one of the monsters from the story, I believe. And you can get there's also a T-shirt.
That's great.
And there's a black and white edition of the book as well. So if you're like me, like I said, you want to look at that sweet line art, there you go. You got that option available as well. This is a cool. I love this. Like the way he's doing the forest here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's, and like I said, I'm an art guy, so I love looking at these black and white.
Well, the black and white stuff's good. there's a little extra touch there too, because there's some gray tones thrown in there.
Yeah, you see he's doing some brush work. Yeah.
Yeah. This looks like a zipatone pattern or something. I don't know what that is.
And he did there was a figurine. They sold out of those.
Jeez.
So yeah, they went all out with this thing.
Yeah, they did.
But let me go back up here to the tiers. Yeah, see, that's already sold out. That was like a big figurine. They got original art pages. There's 4 original art pages that get the art, the book, and the T-shirt for $235.
Yeah.
The backpack and the book, $80, which I'm amazed nobody's gone for that yet. And the backpack by itself, and then you can also get both books for $45. So for $10 more than like a normal campaign, you can get the book with all the colors and with the black and white line art.
And this is a 72-page hardbound oversized book, you guys.
Yep.
Like I'm telling you right now, this campaign is at a loss. Go back to was it 8,000? Where are they at?
Yeah. It's really low.
Man, they got to get up to about 50K to
make a profit. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, this looks great, you guys. This is Kids and Monsters. The artwork is fantastic. There's some great tiers. That backpack and the book. And what else comes with that? Was that the featured?
Let's see here real quick.
It was the book, the backpack.
It's the T-shirt, the book, and the ash can for $65. And then for the backpack, it's the
80.
It's the book and the backpack for $80.
Yeah, that is a fantastic deal, you guys. Go support these guys. It's brilliant. It's inspired. It's a great looking campaign too. It's very, very impressive. Do they have a video?
We watched the video.
Oh, did we?
Yeah. You want to watch it again?
One more time.
Let's watch it again. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, I know why. I
started seeing the cracks just after Mom and Dad began fighting. They were thin as pencils at first. Then they got bigger. And things started to disappear. Beasts are pouring out of them. Beasts trying to rip the world in two. Just like my family is being ripped in half by my parents. But we're not alone. There are keeps shaped like backpacks hidden in the world within. They hold monsters for those willing to fight. Here, monsters are not the things to be afraid of, but embrace. Monsters are the ones who are going to save us.
I like it.
I like it.
Yeah, it's really cool artwork. I love the character designs on the monsters.
It reminds me a little bit of folklore, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a very unique. It's an idea of its own. It's kind of a fun kind of thing, but about a serious topic with the kid's family divorcing and everything.
Yeah.
But man,
the
kid's mom looks like a whore.
Yeah. Did you guys read that book from Scott Young, Middle West?
That was for art.
Yeah. Did you guys ever read that book, Middle West, that Scott Young did, which was basically the kid kind of like going into a fantasy world to deal with his abusive dad? That's like, this guy has like some of those that vibe where it's like this weird fantasy thing. But
what was the Grant Morrison and Sean Gordon Murphy one too, where the kids got the fantasy world with the toys, and he's
that was a Vertigo. It was
like he was diabetic or something, and like the whole story is him trying to get through his house to get his insulin shot or something.
I think the story was based, or it was the kid's name, right? The title was the kid's name.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, and he had that warrior, like what kind of
was it? Joe the Barbarian?
Yeah,
Joe the Barbarian. That's what it was.
Joe the Barbarian. Yeah,
I had to look it up because I couldn't remember.
Yeah, it's kind of like a story, story within a story with just beautiful, amazing art and like cool character designs, and a simple concept taken like to the umpteenth level. Kind of, it reminds me a little bit of that.
Yeah, it's I remember that. I remember that book now. He had like the little rat that was kind of like his cricket. Yeah.
It makes for fun stories and fun comics because it's like it's a little idea, but then it turns into this like major thing. And
yeah.
One critique about that Joe the Barbarian, I think it just went on too long. Like they should have condensed that story.
Yeah,
like probably. It just felt like it was going on and on.
Yeah.
It was
Grant Morrison,
but man.
Yeah, that could have been. It could have been like two books, and that would have been
the one that Sean Gordon Murphy did that I was really kind of let down was what was it called?
Tokyo Ghost?
No, that was pretty good. It was the one with the punk rock Jesus. That's what it was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. It got really dark and it got strange. It was weird.
Yeah. Zane said he's trying to get in, but he's having internet issues, so he'll let's keep an eye out for him.
Okay, yeah, we'll keep an eye out.
Cool.
So, Clint, what do you got? I wonder what you're going to share with us.
I've got all kinds of books just floating around out there.
How about this one right here?
I got Pirate Queen. We've got Pirate Queen with 4 days left, gentlemen. 4 days left in our first 30 days. So now is the time to jump on board the Star Raider and become a member of the crew. And if you can, hop on top of the Pirate Queen and walk the plank and shiver her timbers and all that, plunder her booty and all that good stuff.
But I think those shiver your timbers.
Yeah. Yeah, we're at 27,687 with 4 days left in our first 30-day campaign. We've got all kinds of goodies. We've got variant covers. We've got adult digital comics. We've got little mini figurines, which look totally awesome.
How do you say that? Are they Kishi?
Yeah, I don't know that much about it. Mandy talked to Eric Hutflees. I'm going to mispronounce his last name. But Eric had been doing these, and I think on Johnny Phantasm, on Patrick's campaign, he had done one of those, and they turned out really cool. So I was like, yeah, if we can do that, like, go for it. And so they sent me the designs, and the only comment I had was make her boobs bigger. And so, like, I think he had to make her feet bigger too, so that she wouldn't tip over forward. But like, yeah,
she was a wee bit top heavy. Is that
am I in control of the screen or?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'll scroll down to. I think Mandy's got the.
So if you guys don't know, Clint is the artist on the book. Mandy Summers is the writer. And was this a co-creation kind of thing, or was this?
Pirate Queen is actually my creation, and then when I started jumping in with Comicsgate, I ran into Mandy early on, and I had done Pirate Queen before, and I knew I wanted to do more with the books. And when I ran into Mandy, she's just such high energy, and like she was writing this cool stuff of her own already, and I'm like, I'm looking to collaborate with people. Like I would already done a book with Mark Bolton, and I was looking for writers to work with. And so I just asked Mandy, I'm like, would you have any interest in this character that I have? And I just want to go anywhere with it you want to, and like just do cool stories. And she jumped on board and was all about it. And she's been writing it, and it's just kind of blown up and been this awesome thing that the two of us have been collaborating on. So
how many books do you have now? So you have the Sea Dog, and that's the Mark.
I've got two issues of Sea Dog out with Mark Polton. This will be the second Pirate Queen book I've got out with Mandy, and then I've got one Blue Bombshell book out that I just did on my own. Because nobody wanted to work on it with me because I made it too dirty. Everybody judged me about Blue Bombshell, but it's just a little bit of
no, Clint. You're supposed to say I did it all myself because it was a personal vision. It was something that I didn't want to share with anybody. I wanted all the glory of this book to be myself.
All personal labor of love.
All those things are true. I wanted to draw as much boobs as I possibly could. and like nobody could stop me. So yeah. So Pirate Queen 2, last 4 days of our first 30 days. So definitely jump on board. One of the variant covers here and another variant cover, and then we do have some adult content. So there is an adult variant cover. When this one comes out, it will not be censored. I realized I didn't censor the one girl, Zora Astra's butt over there. So there is some ass cheek that I haven't gotten nailed for by Indiegogo, thankfully. So
just wait.
Yep, and if you missed book 1, we do have book 1 available. Also, this is the new cover for book 1. This is the Pirate Queen facing off against Commandant Raylo. We do take some fun shots at the sci-fi genre. We make a little bit of fun of Star Wars. We make a little fun of Star Trek. It's mainly an action adventure story, but we do kind of parody some of the more fun sci-fi cliches out there. So Commandant Raylo is hot on the Pirate Queen's ass. So some girl on girl action there. And a page from the interiors of the book here. Pirate Queen is kind of under the gun there, and just some more pinups and artwork and some of the more fun stuff you'll find in the book. We've got a 24-page adult art book, so pinups, artwork, sketches that I've done for Pirate Queen, just lots of fun extras, and a little alien ape action in a jungle world there. Just, I throw everything I can action-wise and hot.
Are you kind of breaking down a plot for Mandy, or is she?
For the main story, Mandy's got a white page from me, and then the backup story is a little bit more me. But yeah, the main story, that's all Mandy that she's doing. This is actually,
it wasn't like your idea. Like you didn't go, well, I got this idea, Mandy, but I'd like you.
You know what? I gave her Commandant Raylo because it was just post Rise of Skywalker, and I was like, oh, Raylo, Commandant Raylo. That just popped in my head. But she wrote the whole story around it. I didn't give her anything other than that. So Mandy ran with it and blew me away with the great story she came up with.
Looks great, man. It looks great.
This is from the digital adult backup story. So this is actually me writing this backup story. Mandy's a good writer, but I needed to throw as many naked chicks as I could into that story, so I had to count on myself. But yeah, lots of fun extras, lots of stuff depending on what you're looking for here. And I can play the video.
Yeah. So you have 4 more days. And then are you going to go into a second 30, or what are you guys?
Yeah, I would imagine we'll go into a second 30 unless something drastic happens.
Yeah, well,
that seems to be the best form. So yeah, we're looking at extending, and I think we're going to do some sort of closeout show Sunday night, probably on Mandy's channel. So if anybody wants to swing by or have a hangout on Sunday night, I'll probably be loaded and watching football, and cool. Mandy will be trying to tell me to calm the hell down. So if you want to see me, if you want to watch me act like a jackass, swing by on Sunday night on Mandy's channel.
Well, I'll come by and harass you guys.
Absolutely. And Mandy has a new beagle. I don't know if anybody's seen it, that is a cute little puppy she's got. So maybe he'll make a guest appearance too. So.
Well, let's see the video.
You bet. Hopefully I'm sharing audio and all that good stuff.
Dive into adventure with the Pirate Queen. Plunge your sword deep into that pirate booty. Stare in awe of that magnificent pirate chest. The Pirate Queen races across the universe in another all-out, action-packed galactic adventure. Don't miss out! The Pirate Queen!
And if anybody else out there is looking for voiceovers for their Indiegogo campaigns, I mean, I am available as a professional voiceover actor, so you can just contact me through Twitter because, I mean, as you can see, I do a pretty pro level job on that.
You know what's so funny though? Like if you listen to like new cartoons and the voices, you could actually work professionally, like Bob's Burgers and like these different shows.
It's so deadpan.
Yeah, it's like they're not even like voice actors.
It's just like whoever is walking by the building that day. Hey, I want to make $10.
Yeah. Yeah, no more like just inspired voice casting. Like Tom Hanks and Tim. What's his name? What's that guy's Tim? Who did the voice of on Toy Story?
Oh yeah, Tim Allen.
Tim Allen. Thank you. Yeah. So that was just inspired voice casting, but now it's just like anybody.
Oh yeah. The one voice actor that I've liked is you mentioned Bob's Burgers, but what I really like him in is what's the secret agent spy cartoon?
Archer.
Yeah, Archer. Yeah. The guy who does the voice on Archer.
Yeah, like you want ants? Because that's how you get ants. But the only thing that would have made that the voiceover you did was if you put like a the thing at the end was like no boobs were harmed in the creation.
Yeah, that would have worked. That would have worked too. Can I share one more thing quick? Because I'm gonna be ending this one at the end of November. We mentioned it just a little bit ago. But Blue Bombshell is in demand right now. But I will be closing it out here at the end of November. So we're at 35,780, almost 36,000. So if we hit 40,000, not only anybody who backs it, but you'll get the Blue Bombshell comic, but you also get the Sword Maidens adult comic too with that for free. Even at just the lowest level, if you just back the Blue Bombshell comic, you're going to get 2 comics. You're going to get Blue Bombshell and Sword Maidens with that for just that $25. So a pretty good deal there. Just trying to push it up and hit that 40K stretch goal so that all the backers are going to get both comics there. Both of these books are completely finished. Everything is finished on this. I'm literally just waiting to send it to the printer until I close out, just to know how many books to print, basically. So all this stuff is finished. I was actually sending the hologram cards. Everybody actually will also get a lenticular hologram card because we hit our $30,000 stretch goal. So basically, if you back this book at the $25 level, you're getting the Blue Bombshell comic book, you're getting the full Sword Maidens comic book, and you're going to get a hologram lenticular Blue Bombshell trading card. So pretty good deal for all that stuff if we hit 40,000. So closing out at the end of November. If you're interested in this book, jump on board now and check it out. And hopefully we can push to that $40,000 stretch goal and get everybody all the extra perks and extra rewards on that one.
Sweet. Looks good. And if anybody ever like has a campaign and is wondering like, should I go in demand? Should I not? Like you got another 5K here.
Yep. I'm
in demand. So that's pretty damn good.
Yeah. In demand has been really good for me. People have been spotting this project on Indiegogo without even me promoting it and backing it. So it's kind of selling itself right now. And I just want to get the word out to everybody if they haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, well, you make the rounds, you get out, and you're a good spokesman for your. Yeah. All right, Todd, what do you got for us?
What do I got for you?
Oh, come on!
Is that a threat?
This is not. Were we doing CG in demand?
Well, yeah. Did you read the thing that
we were gonna do Eternals? Talk about Superman. I don't know when is it. When do you plan to do
Spider-Man?
Well, what have we been talking about for the last 40 minutes?
What? Let's hear.
Everyone's showing campaigns and
let's
got to open presents later.
What does Todd want to talk about? Let's let Todd take the wheel.
We had topics that were in the back in the chat room, and there were Eternals, right?
Yep.
Bob was going to bring up some stuff about Eternals, and I thought somebody mentioned the Black Superman movie. I'm not sure.
No.
Did anybody see the?
I mentioned Spider-Man.
Did anybody see the Henry Cavill article?
Yeah, where he wants to keep playing Superman.
He wants to keep playing Superman, but he also wants to see a black Superman, and he's like Cavill gets it. He's like, Superman.
You want to see a black Superman? I got one.
Oh,
okay.
I don't know how to answer that. The way the question was put, I don't know how to answer that.
No, there we go. NFTs.
My God.
Of course. Is that the design for your next NFT?
I'm gonna put I've been doing assets of PNGs that I'm gonna put on in different places. So this is just a PNG I'm working on.
We can talk about
we went all the way through all that just so Todd could show off.
Todd wanted to show off his NFTs.
This is what I've been working on.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let me pitch one more thing, and then we'll do the Eternals thing.
Wait a minute, I haven't pitched anything yet.
What you want. Go ahead, man. You go, then I'll do one more.
Bob's just taking over. No, after this, tell your internals, the internal story.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. All right. I have a lot of stuff to share, but this one is near and dear to my heart, and
this guy
pretty good. I do believe we're probably one backer away from 89K, which is super, super fantastic, you guys. You have turned this thing into a colossal hit. This is Black and White Volume 2, Man versus Machine. In a world where law and order is often blurred to gray, justice can only be black and white. So, we have, we're almost at 1,100 backers, 9 backers away from that. And we're one backer away from 89. And at 90K, you guys, I just added this, a die-cut sticker of Black and White. And if you go to my Twitter, I posted that up. And I will be updating the Indiegogo site tomorrow as well. So I'll be posting that image there for you guys. So yeah, this is Black and White. Let's check this out.
From RT there comes the exciting conclusion to the Black and White origin saga. 60 pages of pulse-pounding action. In a world where law and order are often blurred to gray, justice can only be black and white.
Yes, you guys, go back this book today. We are one backer away, like I said, to 89. This is the follow-up. This is the epic conclusion to the origin story. So you're going to get to see if these two crazy kids make it through the journey, if they're going to stay together, if they're going to kill each other in the process. We're really not sure of where these two are going to go. We left issue 1 with a major cliffhanger. So these two are in dire straits. So issue 2 will wrap that up. It'll answer the question if Black and White is going to make it or not, if they're going to sustain it, and if they're going to be able to conquer the evil JC. So we got all kinds of cool stuff here. We got the Kenneth Rocafort Volume 2 cover. We got the not high octane. We got the incredible Joe Bennett for the second variant. Here's the high octane adventure. This is Pedro Eng and Van Klaus. This is CG created right here. I mean, this came out of the chat. Pedro just drew some images, sent them to me, and I was like, I got to do something with this talented mofo. So high octane came out of that. And so we have a volume 1 second printing. We completely sold out of the original printing for volume 1. So this will be the second printing for that. And and we have a few of these variant Capullos left. And you can only get the one on the right in the jam tier. So that's the only place it's available. We have original story layout art. So right now, it's the only place you can get original artwork for black and white. We still have a few of these left. You can get them in the tier, and you can also get them as add-ons. And just to back up, you can get all the books as add-ons with the exception of the gray Capullo cover. Well, you know what? I think there's still some of the head sketches that you can get as add-ons. The tier is sold out, but I think there's a few left as an add-on. So if you guys want me to draw for you, I do believe there's a few of those left. And they're going to be...
Can I get you to draw Gambit doing it with Rogue? Is that a tier in there at all?
No.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
It's funny you say that because I have a buddy of mine I do a show called CMKY with. He freaking hates Gambit. He absolutely just despises Gambit. And I'm just like, dude.
He's just jealous because Gambit gets Rogue.
Yeah.
Well, I got a Gambit Rogue story. Actually, it's just a Rogue story. And it was a commission that this guy wanted me to do. And so he's describing what he wants. He's very specific with what it is. He's like, I want Rogue in a prison room behind bars. And her clothes are over there like on a table. And she's chained up to the bed. And one of the guards is coming in with a baton.
Oh, God.
And I go, this sounds. I was trying to get out of it gracefully.
Yeah.
He just kept saying stuff like, yeah, it'll be great, this, that, the other thing. And then I finally had to just go, you just described a rape scene or a potential rape scene.
Yeah.
And then he's
I think that was the plot to like Caged Heat 2, I think.
And then it was so funny. It's like he was so indignant about it. He was like, how dare you? Like, this is not a potential rape scene. Like, he was so indignant about it. And I was like, all right, dude. I tried to get out of it gracefully. You kept pushing the point. You finally got me to confess why I didn't want to do it. And so, we're not going to be working together. Yeah.
Bullet dodged.
Yeah. So I just don't do any commissions like that.
No,
because it gets into Weirdsville.
That's quick. It turns into quicksand real fast.
Yeah, it could be great money, but man, I just the weirdos and some of the stuff. And if you guys are into that, whatever. But for me, I just don't want to be sucked into somebody's madness.
A lot of heavy breathing as you're talking about that.
Yeah.
I said I want to try having a nice chick as he's walking in.
Yeah, it's just some weird.
How dare you?
Yeah, so we got a bunch of stretch goals here, a bunch of them unlocked, and so at the 90K, you guys, like I said, you'll get the die cut sticker, and I will do a drum solo. That's why I have the drums behind me. On my live stream. So you guys are gonna, get your earplugs out. I'm gonna make some ears bleed. So it'll be a lot of fun. Here's the black and white art. The black and white art. So yeah, you guys, the link is in the description. Come by, check it out. If you like what you see, give it a backing. And it's like I said, it's the reason for the season. And I'm working my butt off right now, putting pages together for you guys. And wait, we got
Oh.
Bill Diaz.
Oh,
What's up?
you made
Bill,
it.
did you get your hair cut?
I did. You haven't noticed?
Looking sharp.
Ears, Lord.
Yeah, I did. My girlfriend and I went to a club for Halloween, and I was Marv, and she was Goldie from Sin City.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. Yeah, it was fun. So it's growing it out again because she prefers the grown out hair.
So didn't you have like one side was long and the other side was short? Is that
No, it was all long. I would just flip it to the side, you know.
the side? Okay.
But it was short on. It was short on the sides.
So this is your Sin City look?
Yeah, I had to do the Mickey Rourke flat top. So,
Nice.
Good choice.
Real quick, D Geek Art wanted to know if you showed the pinup.
What's that?
D Geek Art is asking if you showed the pinup.
I don't know what.
I was assuming you would know what that meant when I said it.
No, sorry, D Geek Art. Let me know, and I'll do it on another show because I'm not really sure what you're talking about at this point in time. Well, you know what? Since we've all gone, except for Todd, since he's playing hard to get, let's go to Philip. And Philip, I do believe you got a live campaign going right now.
I do, yeah. Let me pull it up. Take 1 second here. Just throw this into here. Yeah.
Oh, wait. I got to back up. Finally, somebody. Okay, play Moby Dick on the drums. Okay, that can be done.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Here you go. Yeah. The Lost Pages 2, everybody. I just got another backer right before I jumped on here. So thank you, whoever backed. That was awesome. We're to 311 backers, and we're just about 2 weeks until the end of our first 60 days. And it's going great. Like this is, I've been tracking it with the performance of the first Lost Pages book, and we're ahead of where we were at this time during that campaign. So we're super happy. And this week we've had a lot of kind of attention because I don't know if you saw these art, but Kenneth Rocafort did these art.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And we've been selling these throughout the week. We have 2 of them left to sell. So sometime this week we're gonna probably be on a stream and put them up on the campaign. And I remember, Art, you did an awesome sketch card for Magic Cop 2, beautiful rendition of Helly, our witch character. And but Rocafort did these, and his stipulation is we have to sell them at the price as everybody else's sketch cards, which are $20. So
these are worth like $500.
I know, but I think they're going to good homes. Like Amanda B from the chat was able to get her hands on one. Lord Ravener, everybody that has gotten one, I know from the chats. So I know they're not going to go and, even though they could flip them for like $200 on eBay.
Yeah.
But yeah, these are so cool and have been really helping out the campaign.
Well, how many do you have left?
There's just 2 left. He actually sent them to me, so let me show you which ones are left.
2?
It's these.
Okay, hold on. Oh, sweet.
Oh, wow.
You got Krim, the purple guy, monster, imaginary dope. And then
good Lord,
the Masquerade, who's kind of our pulp hero, like the Shadow, the Spider.
Those are awesome,
dude. Does anybody do like monsters better than Ken?
He just does everything so well. He's insane, man.
That stuff just erupts out of his brain.
Yeah. And with the first campaign, I sent him a copy of the digital copy of the book, and he read it and he dug it. So he seems to like these characters, which I'm super grateful for. And that's the cool thing about the Lost Pages is it's kind of like our whole universe of heroes, right? So we kind of like telling stories about different genres, and that's what the first book was, almost an anthology that had a linked wire running through all the stories of a narrator telling them. So it's kind of like a meta story where it's a story within a story, but it's all building up to a kind of like an event where all these heroes meet each other to fight a really big evil, right? So this one focuses on the Silhouette. He's our supernatural vigilante who is kind of bound to fighting crime, all the while trying to find out who he once was when he was alive. So now that we could do more of these books, we're going in and focusing on each character one story at a time.
Cool. Looks great, man. It's a fantastic idea. I really like that it's kind of a homage to just all action adventure, like pulp stuff, comic book stuff. It's great. And also what's neat about it, I just thought about this, is you're also getting a lot of different artists to contribute to it. So, some older guys, and a lot of newer guys as well. So you're also like kind of, paying homage to, comic book art by getting all these different people
for sure
involved in the campaign.
Yeah, that's something we really wanted to do. When we did the first Magic Op book, which is our first time doing crowdfunding, CG really welcomed us with open arms, and we wanted to give the readers and backers something that they could look at and be like, oh, I know that artist and stuff like this, or maybe they don't. And then we're helping a new artist out, putting him on a story. With the first book, we worked with probably like 24 different artists, including colorists and stuff, for that project. And we wanted to keep that kind of a similar feel to this one. So as you can see here, we have a totally different artist than who's doing the Silhouette main story. This is kind of the intro of the book. Avery Butterworth, who's an awesome artist. He's coloring his own work here as well. And this kind of leads you to the moment where you get to that Silhouette story. So this little kid here, he's part of this gang, and he's caught up in gang crime, and he runs away from this big fight. So we can see our vigilante character Crimstone, who's this girl who has this crazy imaginary friend, and here's Crim. That's the imaginary.
That double page.
That's
awesome.
Yeah, that looks great.
And right here, this is an artist change. So anytime you see Crim, who's in like the imaginary world, Matt Dalton is drawing that with Steve Cannon doing colors. And then you can, even these two panels down below are back in reality with Avery drawing them.
Oh, wow.
So this is, I want to say this is page 2 and 3 of the book. So right off the bat, you're getting multiple artists there. And then the kid runs into the hobo, who's kind of our overarching narrator, and takes you on the ride that is the Lost Pages. And he's trying to teach him a lesson about crime and greed. So he tells you the story of the Silhouette, which is black and white with red spot color. And it's actually drawn by the same artist who did Kids and Monsters you guys were just talking about.
I was going to say, this looks really similar.
Yeah, Maxi Dallo, awesome artist I've been working with since the first Lost Pages book. And he's doing the Silhouette stories. You can see some awesome action here. So I mean, I'm having a blast overseeing all this and writing these stories and watching it come together. You're introducing new supervillain here, El Dorado, who's obsessed with gold, and in fact, in this fight, gets the bottom of his face blown off, so he looks all menacing. His jaw plated gold. But it's just a lot of concepts and characters that my brother and I have been working on for a really long time. Like the Silhouette, our first story we ever did with him was back in like 2012. So to see where he was and now where the character is, it's really fun. Really cool stuff.
It's a really good looking book. So how many days are you out? Is it
13? We have 13 left. And the kind of goal we have for ourselves right now is to hit that 60-day mark where we were for the first book. So we had around 23,000 at the end of the 60 days, and we just crossed 21. So hopefully within the next 2 weeks we could break that and kind of see the growth that we've had over the last couple of years.
Cool.
Super fantastic, man. Yeah, the campaign looks great, Phil. And what are you going to follow it up with? Are you going to do another Magic Cup, or are you going to do another Lost Pages?
So what we want to do now is, now that we've established these Lost Pages characters, we want to kind of focus on building that universe and getting to that point where all those characters meet. So we're going to focus on doing more Lost Pages campaigns. But in the meantime, the next book that I really want to do is kind of like this super secret community book that I've mentioned to you, Art, off stream, that I'm really excited about getting people involved in, and kind of planning out the year, like next year. If we're able to do that, that would actually give us time to get a head start on the next Lost Pages stories.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's going to be big. Let me know when you're gonna spill the beans on that one.
Yeah.
I'll promote the hell out of it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Todd, have you thought about this? Do you have a campaign to share, or are you just gonna stay in talk?
No, I don't.
Todd's like,
oh my god.
It's okay. I got one more to share.
All right. Well, let's get into the Eternals thing. Bob has a take on the Eternals that he wanted to.
I wanted to do one thing. I wanted to unbox this. Because this is actually connected to a campaign. This is from Alterna Comics.
You don't want to clear the air and go in some like a different direction and come back to this?
Well, let me open this up, and then we'll go to that. So I've been waiting to open it up, man. All right.
I have stuff too. I'm gonna share.
Yeah, nothing but the best from Pizza Medi.
Okay, this is Pizza Medi.
He's going back to the newspaper.
Pizza Medi.
Pizza Medi.
Well, don't crumble that paper in front of the microphone.
Yeah. Woo, buddy.
Oh, hats.
There we go.
Yeah, boy. Uh-oh, what we got here? We got something else.
Oh my.
I'm not sure that's in mint condition anymore.
What we got here? We got some comics here. Mr. Pizza Medi. We got a whole bunch of stuff here. Oh god, damn, jeez. Oh god, it's all falling out.
Oh my god.
Like you're a live
A
animal.
bunch of cards and stuff. All right, we got.
This is what Bob was like on Christmas Day when he was a kid. Oh god, look at that.
Hey, so, as you guys know, we all like Mr. Pizza Medi.
Well, show us what you got.
Yeah, I'm showing you got. Well, I'm going to tell you that. So, part of the Alternative Comics Fall 2021, for $25, you get 10 comics, and these are 2 of those comics.
T-Bird Throttle.
Yeah, 80 pages for
Sweet.
Blood Realm and T-Bird and Throttle. 2 80-page books. It's 160 pages
That's
right there.
Thick.
And that's only 2 of the 10. It's only 2 of the 10.
Jesus.
So you know me, man. I'm all about, like I said, I'm all about most bang for your buck. And we calculated it in for $25, you get about 300 pages worth of comics.
Basically,
So,
eight 20-page comics.
Yeah, that's crazy.
look at this, man. Just go ahead and flip this open. Look at that old school newsprint art, baby.
Oh, nice.
I don't remember the last
Ah,
time.
that smell, man. Yeah. And I mean, look at it. I mean, like people say that the newsprint you can't use modern printing techniques. I disagree.
No, that looks great.
Yeah.
That looks
Awesome.
fantastic.
Well,
Awesome.
at times it can be more expensive. It's not cheaper.
Yep.
Newsprint.
But another thing it comes with is it came with a bunch of prints, including, look at that bad boy,
Rob Willis.
Rob Willis.
That's the Rob Willis. Yeah.
Beauty.
Yeah. So then that's that black. Let me get that. Like I said, I love that black and white line art, man.
I want that.
Yeah, I want that. I want a full size poster. Of that.
Poster of that would be cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
it
would be. Free. I'd take my money now, man.
I'm gonna arm wrestle you, Bob, for it.
Another print, real cool. Couple of
those prints are like on cardboard stock too, right?
yeah. Oh yeah, they're
Yeah, thick. Yeah.
yeah.
That's
they're
cool.
Good stuff. got some bookmarkers.
Noise.
And got some. Oh, I'm gonna have to have Pete. He sent a sketch card.
Oh, cool.
Sketch card. I'm gonna have to have him make one of these for me.
Oh yeah.
And then he sent. Actually, he got doubles of this, of the trading cards that he's doing for the campaign.
Sweet.
So
looks nice.
That's just part of what comes with that bundle. So had to open that up and show that to you guys because, like I said, we like Pete. He's alternate ween, all these alternate campaigns he does. It's always a lot of bang for your buck, and yeah, it's good stuff.
Hell yeah.
Okay, I'm done.
Eternals.
Okay, so
does Salma Hayek show her boobs in the movie?
I don't know if you want to see them. She looks a little older.
Dude, Salma Hayek. Dude, no, come on, man. Salma Hayek's holding up pretty damn good.
Yeah, those boobs are huge.
Yeah, I'll take that. that.
Did Philip say under his breath those boobs are huge?
They are.
They are, man. Have you, like I don't know if you've seen any recent pictures of her. I think she's had a little bit of enhancement done.
I don't know. I mean, does she have any kids?
I think so.
I think she's got a daughter.
I think she's got. I think she has 2 kids. Yeah.
I'll be Steve Rogers and I'll jump on that grenade for everybody.
Yeah.
Not even think twice about it.
Yeah. But so there's been a lot of we've all heard all the controversy and everything about the Eternals and whatnot. But I was looking at a lot of the articles.
Wait, Bob. I'm sorry. I'm going to take this. Hey, Elizabeth, if you're still there, I found the artwork that you were talking about. So I'm going to share it real quick. Sorry about that, Bob. I'm going to share it here.
It's your show, man.
Yeah, for Elizabeth. Yeah, she did this drawing of Whitney Sung.
Oh yeah.
Oh okay.
How about?
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah. So I do believe this is the one she wanted me to show off.
I like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know you would like it, Clint.
That's good.
But yeah, thank you so much, Elizabeth. And sorry I didn't know what you were talking about at first. So thanks for being tenacious about that. And yeah, this is D Geek Arts, Whitney Sung.
What do you think?
Showing a little skin there. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Salma Hayek, eat your heart out.
That should have been Salma Hayek's costume for the Eternals.
Yeah.
I would have been.
It probably would have been like $20 million.
I would have been front row day one. It would have made all of its estimates plus some.
Yeah. So like I said, look, I've been paying attention to all these articles that are coming out about the so-called controversy about with Eternals and whatnot, and the situation with Rotten Tomatoes and it's being reviewed bombed, all the usual suspects.
Right.
But I'm looking at what I like as I've been looking at this stuff. I've been looking into it a little deeper, and I think we know that a lot of this stuff is just it's fabricated.
Right.
But I think the people over at Disney and Marvel, I think they gotta like here, contrary to popular opinion, their marketing people are not stupid. You know, we're talking about these guys. One of the largest media conglomerates in the entire world. I think they looked at the past and they knew this movie was not going to be received well, because let's be honest, man, does anybody give a shit about the Eternals? Okay, they really don't have much of a they don't really have much of a place in modern comics.
The Eternals and the Inhumans fighting against each other. Who gives a crap less about it?
Yeah, because here's the thing: when the Eternals were originally created back in the comics, it's back when there wasn't a whole lot of cosmic characters. There wasn't this big cosmic pantheon, and Earth's heroes were relatively weaker than they are today. Today, I mean, you look at the top 5 characters in the Avengers. They're way more powerful than the Eternals. The Eternals don't really have a place other than the fact that they're connected to Thanos. Now, we as comic book fans, we love the fact that Jack Kirby made them and where they come from and all that. But you look at in the after what we've seen coming out of Marvel and in the MCU, who gives a shit? Really, I wanted to see it because I was hoping that we would get that Kirby aesthetic, that we saw in Ragnarok, because that would look really cool on the screen, but we didn't get that. But we're all hardcore comic book fans. Most of the people that watch DC are not hardcore comic book fans.
Yeah. Here's the thing: people thought, oh, the Eternals. We don't really know a lot about them, but no one really knew a lot about the Guardians of the Galaxy, and see what they did with that. Right. I think that worked because there was so much room to add to that team with Guardians of the Galaxy. With the Eternals, it's kind of they're so godlike. And you can't really play with their personalities and powers and stuff like this, and can't switch people out for their team like you could do with the Guardians. And it's stagnant. And it's like, if you want to do something with Kirby, I would love to see any other characters that Kirby's created a movie. I want to see Etrigan the Demon movie. That would be amazing over the Eternals.
When they did the Eternals. And the Celestials and all that stuff. This is the thing that I noticed about Marvel, the cinematic Marvel, years ago, is they're starting to shoot themselves in the foot. Mm-hmm. So the Celestials and all this stuff, with the Eternals, is becoming Galactus level stuff. This is becoming Fantastic Four territory. This like you mentioned Guardians, but the Guardians were still kind of almost like street level. They were powerful, but they were just kind of average people for that universe. There was nothing special really about them. They weren't gods, but they were playing in that universe, that world, because you find out that the one character's dad's a Celestial, Kurt Russell's character is a Celestial and stuff like that. But they didn't really get into too much about, other than wanting to create universes and worlds and stuff like that, they didn't get too much into what he was like, or how it affected the rest of the universe. Mm-hmm. But with the Eternals, what I hear is that it just kind of, I haven't seen the movie. I heard it's really bad, but what I heard the worst part is that they really just they almost give away too much about the universe before cooler characters could do it. They basically shot their wad with the Eternals, and they should have saved those beats and those ideas for the Fantastic Four, or characters that are more worthy of these kind of level stories.
Yeah, I think that movie I think Eternals would have probably worked better after a Fantastic Four movie where you deal with Galactus.
I think the Eternals should be made year 30, once these movies have all ran their course. There's so many other ideas that are better than the Eternals. Nothing against the Eternals, but it's like Philip was even saying, there's better Kirby creations than the Eternals.
Yeah,
and I just think that it was just, I think it was too much, and they gave away too many ideas to something that was lame.
Well, I'm going to see the movie probably on Friday.
Okay,
and I can get a more accurate depiction of the movie itself. But what I was looking at was more the marketing and what they were doing. So when they announced the Eternals, of course they put up the whole thing where it's going to be the most diverse film. They've been beating that thing, that note into the ground. But we look at like I said, we've seen how the MCU has kind of fallen off after Endgame, because it kind of came full circle. It had this big culmination, and now they're trying to basically rebuild, but they're also seeing people kind of not really wanting to give a crap. And then also we had the big controversy, like always, like with Captain Marvel, when like they claimed it was review bombed and all this stuff. I think, and I'm looking at a lot of the beats and stuff that's going on. Like if you look at all the media stuff that's coming out, the big talking point, the big controversy is the same-sex scene. Okay, and that terminology. I'm looking at that, and almost every story I looked at, that's what they said. You know, controversy over same-sex scene, same-sex scene, same-sex scene. But I looked into it and I found out that this scene, it's a same-sex scene. It's not a same-sex scene. Like the terminology they're using, that's how they bred this controversy. They put this terminology there to make it seem like these guys are basically going at it in the movie when they're really not. So it's this falsely created controversy.
I want a refund. I thought it was too deep.
Yeah, I thought we were like everybody sees that they're
two done action in a good Marvel movie. What the hell?
Yeah. But then so I'm saying, like, you see what I'm saying? Where I'm going with this is like the way
it's contrived.
They're putting this terminology together. The way that they're presenting it.
Well, when you don't have integrity, when you don't have integrity and you don't have a story and you don't have the characters, that's how you have to sell something.
Yeah.
You know, it's just that simple. I thought the designs look lame. The cast,
the costumes are terrible. The costumes are terrible.
The effects look like maybe if I saw this on Disney Plus, you know, I might be like more forgiving of it. But this is a 2-hour, you know, Marvel Cinematic Universe. They tried to like shoehorn it into the rest of the Marvel stuff.
It looks so generic that if the Marvel label wasn't on there, you would just think it was like it was like a Netflix movie trying to do the next superhero thing.
Yeah, and
like there's nothing about it that ties it to the other Marvel movies that people have liked. It seems completely outside of everything that Marvel's done.
Yeah. But the other thing
like if they don't touch on it again, I don't think anybody will even remember it. It's like it seems like filler till they get to their next big storyline, till they bring the X-Men in, till they bring the Fantastic Four in. They needed some movies this year. They knew if they pump something out, it'll make money. It completely seems like a filler between the end of Endgame and what they start up with Spider-Man now and moving into Phase 4 or whatever phase they're in.
Yeah,
it just seems like a stopgap and something to put in there that'll make some money for them.
But the other thing I saw, like going back to the marketing thing of it, is they know nobody, like the whole Rotten Tomatoes thing. Like they know nobody really puts any stock in Rotten Tomatoes anymore. And
right.
And in fact, most people will go to Rotten Tomatoes, and if they see that the critics like it, they'll go. Critics don't like it, they'll go see it. And if they do like it, they don't. That's what's been going on with Rotten Tomatoes. But you look at, and then you look at Eternals, and you see that it has like the critics have largely supposedly panned it.
Right.
And that's caused more people to go, oh, well, then it must be a good movie, and then more people are going to see it. But if you look at the
but the numbers don't back it up. So that's
here's the thing, though. This is why I think this is what they think is deviously creative of them. You look at what the critics have been saying about it, even though they're giving it like, you know, rotten scores, they're saying that the movie's still good in most of the reviews, but they're giving it rotten scores to skew it so that people will look and see that it has a rotten score, and then the people like, well, it must be good, so let's go see it.
They've caught on to what the
they're
results
pulling a
are.
flip. They're pulling a switch,
like reverse psychology.
Yeah,
exactly.
Exactly. And that's why I think like the first weekend it did fairly well, and then now you're seeing it drop off. But I think
it did really well the weekend because it's a Marvel movie, but the word of mouth was really
they're all front loaded.
And I'll tell you right now, they can't afford to do these things because they are losing people. And I was big cinematic universe, you know, Marvel guy, and I don't give a shit. I think this new Spider-Man looks intriguing just because it's a big, publicity kind of stunt, where you're gonna have all these different, Spider-Mans in the same movie, and they're gonna pull, Willem Dafoe back, and all the villains from the Sony, Sam Raimi verse and all that stuff. And it sounds like it could be interesting, but even that, it's like it looks like they're just scraping the barrel. Like they ran out of ideas. They used to say, like, in entertainment, like, I think there were 3 things that you do as a Hail Mary pass, and one of them is you get the characters married, they have a baby, or you launch the characters out in space. You know what I mean? Like these were the big, like desperate Hail Mary pass when you have nothing else to do, as far as stories. And it really does feel like, and I don't know why they're doing this, but it feels like Marvel is just kind of just doing these type of more publicity stunts, more stunt casting, more, like virtue signaling, more of this stuff versus just creating good content and putting it out there, because there's so many better characters. I know that Eternals was it was greenlit before they had X-Men, and it was greenlit before the Fantastic Four. But the thing is, once you got that stuff, I would have just wrote it off. I wouldn't have finished the film.
Yeah,
I would have just buried that son of a bitch.
It does sound like that's what they're doing with Eternals.
Well, they're going to have to. They have to do that. So what they're going to do is they're going to do an Ang Lee Hulk, and they're just going to, and even the Ed Norton Hulk, they're just going to forget that it even existed.
Forget it was there. There's been everybody kind of forgets and looks over, but there's been a couple of Marvel movies out there that they had their fingers in that bombed, and they just kind of glossed over it and moved on. And Eternals could be another of the first 2 Hulk movies where they're just like, okay.
I think they got out of Eternals what they wanted, which was setting up other movies. Because apparently, from what I like I said, I haven't seen it. I'll be going to see it soon to verify. But supposedly, they're using it to set up everything else,
like Silver Surfer and stuff.
Kind of, like supposedly there's a whole bunch of cameos and stuff at the end.
But you do that with the Fantastic Four. You don't do that with the Eternals. No one gives a shit about the Eternals. Comic book fans don't care about the Eternals. Like it isn't going to connect. It isn't going to resonate with anybody. Like it's just so retarded. Kevin Feige, you should have known better. This is really bad.
At Comics Exposed, supposedly they do explain, but from what I understand, the explanation is lame. Yes, do they explain why they didn't help against Thanos?
They didn't feel like it.
Yeah, well, supposedly there's an explanation, but the explanation is really stupid.
It was laundry day.
No, so it's basically, it's like they weren't allowed to or something like that.
Right, they're only supposed to interfere with Earth when it's
the deviants.
The deviant, or
the deviants.
They had crippling diarrhea.
Yeah, but like I said,
everybody will after they watch the Eternals.
Yeah, but after looking at the marketing of it, I just saw they were trying to use people they knew people weren't going to like the movie just based upon the look of it and for what they heard about and everything. But it looks like they tried to pull a switch on them and use the negative, even though the critics said they liked the movie, they gave it a negative review to make it look like it would be the kind of movie that fans would want to go see.
Right.
And then like I said, the controversy that they tried to create, the terminology that they were using made it sound like the movie was Brokeback Mountain, just basically 2 guys kissing. You know what I mean? It's all this deception.
It's all
that they tried to do.
I think that Spider-Man movie is gonna clean all these Marvel's clocks, man. I think that movie with the
Spider-Man movie is gonna make buco dinero.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, just with all the people coming back for it.
Oh yeah, people are gonna lose like the average. Not the hardcore comic book fans like us, but just the average Marvel moviegoer likes to go see Marvel movies and knows who Spider-Man is and everything. They're gonna absolutely love it and eat it up. And the hardcore fans like us are too, because Doc Ock, Green Goblin, Sandman, Electro versus 3 alternate reality Spider-Mans.
Yeah.
Come on.
Just the fact that
I'm showing up for that. whether it sucks or not.
Hollywood excels at these ideas. I mean, they get all these actors in, and it's this big stunt casting thing, and they usually always do well because they're able to generate heat. It's the one thing that Hollywood does well. It's a stunt, it's a stunt. But if they could actually could construct a good script and have a good story, then I think they have something. But it's kind of like what I was talking about, like, like the 3 things you don't do. Like, what they're doing is they're creating multiverses, which is the equivalent of sending the characters out to space. So you're creating multiverses, which why you haven't even done Spider-Man stories yet that are really Spider-Man stories. You haven't done street level Peter Parker stories. You haven't really successfully brought in, supporting cast. You haven't even told his backstory yet. You haven't even really told his uncle story. You haven't got into any of that stuff yet. Go ahead, Phil.
I think that's what they're always going to be able to fall back on Spider-Man. Spider-Man for the last 30 years has been the most, highest grossing IP, like one character, right? Since the 90s, he's been everywhere. And they could do all those stories. They're gearing up for the Venom coming into Spider-Man. We're going to get a Spider-Man Venom movie, which is going to make buttloads of money. Morbius is going to be a thing now. And what I've always thought they should do is do Spider-Man Morbius and then introduce Blade in a 3-way crossover film. How cool would that be? You get like a horror Spider-Man movie with Morbius, and then Blade comes in to kick ass.
If they have Spider-Man and Morbius, though, I definitely want Spider-Man to have 6 arms. I want him to have extra arms shooting. Like I would kill for that storyline in movies.
Yeah, get Blade in there to kick some ass. That'd be awesome.
I think you're absolutely right. That would be super.
Yeah, and actually, when Philip was talking, I was thinking, like, when I was a kid, there was the Marvel team-up book, right? So it was always Spider-Man and somebody, and a lot of times it was really off-the-wall characters like Spider-Man and Morbius or something like that. So since Marvel doesn't seem to be interested in telling like the personal Peter Parker stories or anything like that, I think that would be a good idea. Spider-Man Venom, Spider-Man Morbius.
Well, guess what? Sony sees the money that whatever Marvel Disney wants to do, Sony is going to be pumping out Spider-Man and Spider-Man bad guy movies forever. Now that they've had success with Venom, and like Morbius looks like it's going to be awesome too.
And the Spider-Man universe is going to grow.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting way that they could test the waters with these characters. You have Sony put out maybe a lower budget film with these characters that you introduce, and then big Marvel's like, okay, the audience likes this, let's put that character now in a Spider-Man movie. So it's kind of like releasing an ash can to get the audience ready for the main book.
Yeah, and
and they still got to tell a good Ghost Rider story. Marvel, come on.
What, you don't like Nick Cage?
To emphasize what Nick was talking about, where he said Spider-Man was the most profitable franchise to date, all the Spider-Man movies combined have made just under $6 billion.
I believe it.
Just under $6 billion. That's bonker shit.
Yeah. So Sony is like, there's no end in sight for any Spider Universe movies. They're going to be doing those forever. And I mean, they're doing a good job with. Who would ever thought Venom and Morbius would have awesome solo movies?
Well, we don't know that Morbius is an awesome solo movie, but it looks cool.
It looks good. It looks good enough to me.
Yeah. And to give you an idea, guys, that the Spider-Man movies have made more money than all the Batman films.
Really?
How many Batman movies have we had? Like
that surprises me. The Chris Nolan and the '89 Keaton.
Yeah. Well, you got to remember, maybe they probably made more in adjusted dollars, but just like what they made,
right?
You know what I mean? Because you got to remember when Schumacher took over, they started falling off.
Yeah. but those Christopher Nolan movies were no slouches, man.
No, in fact, I think let me see, Dark.
Yeah, I
Knight.
There's been more Spider-Man than Batman movies, though.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 more than Batman.
See, Dark Knight was the
5. So we're at 7 Spider-Man movies, 7 Spider-Man movies, and 3. It's got to be 7 and 7, or wasn't there 4? There was 2 Keatons, 1 Val Kilmer, 1 George Clooney. So that's 4.
Oh, I forgot about that. 4.
Yeah, there's more Batman.
There's 7. There's 7 Batman movies. There's 6 Spider-Man movies.
Well, 7 with
7 with the new one, yeah. But
with the new one,
yeah.
So 6 versus 7, yeah.
Yeah. You see, Batman Begins only brought in.
With the new one, it would be 8.
Yeah.
The 2 Tom Holland films. This will be the 3rd one.
It's 3 Tobey Maguire, 2.
Oh yeah, 3, 2, and 2. 3, 2, and 2.
Yeah, it'll be 8. Yeah, so there've been more Spider-Man movies, but
no, because there's only 2 Andrew Garfield. There's only 2 Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, so that's 5, and then the 2 from Tom Holland would be 7, and then the new one would be 8.
Oh yeah.
But Batman Begins only brought in $374 million.
That's crazy.
It wasn't as big as people think it was.
I think it got critical. It got a lot of critical acclaim.
Yeah.
And then it resulted in The Dark Knight, which was $1 billion movie.
And I was going to say the second one blew up because then everybody took it serious again.
Yeah.
And that was probably the best thing that could happen to Batman is taking it serious after the Joe Schumacher crap.
Yeah, and then Dark Knight Rises was another $1 billion movie. So
yeah.
But like I said, you go back to the Tim Burton movies and the Joel Schumacher films. After Tim Burton left, the Batman movie started going off the cliff. So,
would the Batman v Superman count as a Batman film?
I would count it as one because
as much as everybody rips on that movie, it made good money.
It did. Yeah, it did. What,
and
like
that was one hell of a
million?
Superman Batman fight scene. I don't care what anybody says.
You know the issue with that movie.
I don't care what you say.
We've all had 50 years to jock rock that movie in our heads. You know, there was no way that movie.
It's a stupid idea to have Batman fight Superman. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, because like Batman, like Superman could
come on, he hit him
like,
with
like
a
half a second. You know, he's like he can nuke from orbit.
Oh, I was mad there was no
porcelain hurts.
What'd you say, Phil?
So I was mad there was no Green Arrow with one arm.
Dude. like if you're gonna have Superman fight, if you're gonna have Batman fight Superman, he's got to fight him like he did in the Dark Knight, where he just sets everything up.
You know, I'm sorry, Phil. You planted a major seed. What I want to see is a Marvel team up type story with Spider-Man and the Incredible Hulk. Because Spider-Man in the comics can actually go toe to toe. I think eventually the Hulk would win, but they haven't really showed how strong Spider-Man really is.
Well, Spider-Man is nowhere near as strong as the Hulk, but it's just his agility he's so fast. The Hulk could never lay a finger on him.
Yeah, but in the comic books, he could stop the Hulk from hitting him. He could catch the fist.
I think he's lifted the Hulk before.
Well, Spider-Man's max strength, I believe, is 20 tons. Because originally it was 10 tons, and then he got a power boost after that storyline where he got turned into the Spider Island storyline.
No.
Well, we'll get more power so we can get a killer fight between them.
Yeah, we'll have to go to the DC universe where the sun's stronger, and that's why he was able to go toe to toe with Superman.
Yeah, or we will weaken the Hulk so Spider-Man could have a chance. Yeah.
Well, the Hulk's a pansy right now, anyways, right?
So my question is,
yeah, it depends on
you guys want a Hulk Spider-Man fight. I want a Thing Spider-Man fight, but the question is CGI thing or rubber suit thing.
Come on!
I think Marvel should go for rubber suit thing.
I don't think you can do CGI. I don't think you can do a good rubber suit for the Thing, man.
It would have
it's not going to look right. He would have to be CG. It sucks, but he would have to be.
You know what I wanted to do with the Thing, just as far as trying to, I think it would just entertain me, probably nobody else. But I always wanted to, because I always thought if it was real, like those rocks are just grinding against each other. Yeah. There's absolutely no lubrication or anything. No. So what I wanted always is just you hear this crackling sound, always like this grinding of rocks.
You just see like little pebbles and stuff bursting off.
Right, like he's always eroding. Yeah, there's like smoke coming off him. Just the sheer like movement of stuff is just like, and then he could regenerate, like he'd be regenerating constantly.
Like he's just breaking as he moves, and it just like
right. Yeah, he really is kind of.
Yeah, the Pedro talk says the Hulk versus Wolverine. Dude, we would never get the real fight from them. Like it would be too gory. They would never do that because it would be
that's the
Wolverine
sad
cutting him into pieces and then just healing back and just pounding his brain out.
Yeah, the only way you could do that effectively, God, we're really geeking out now. The only way you could do that effectively is with like an R rating, because it's the only way Wolverine would be effective against the
and
Hulk.
Disney won't do that.
No, but it'll be interesting to see what Disney does with the Wolverine. I guarantee you they're gonna just homogenize the
It's gonna they're gonna try to do X-23 Wolverine, which is gonna be terrible.
Yeah,
I don't know. They've got so much runway. They've got a free path to start over with the X-Men.
Well,
I mean, who knows? Who knows? I mean, it depends on like who's in charge and how real smart they are. If they're smart, they could like restart the X-Men from scratch. And just with alternate realities now, they could say all those other X-Men are just another alternate reality.
That's the thing.
There's two things that I said years ago, which is how I would introduce the X-Men to the film franchise and how I would introduce the Fantastic Four. How I would introduce the X-Men is there's this geek theory that's been here since I can remember, is that Bruce Banner is a mutant. The reason he didn't die in the gamma blast is because of the mutant gene. And so he absorbed it and he became kind of like this byproduct of the gamma and the mutation. So
they actually did that in the comic. They were talking when they did that. Remember that storyline where they fused all the personalities together? There was a segment in the remember when it was the Gray Hulk. It was Banner's mind in the Green Hulk's body with the Gray Hulk's attitude. That's when they called him the Professor Hulk.
Okay.
Mr. Fix-It.
Yeah, well, that's when
Mr. Fix-It was the Gray Hulk. This was like Peter David and Dale Keown run.
Yeah, Dale Keown's run. Yeah. And one of the things was that there was a segment in the back where Doc Samson because Doc Samson helped him walk him through this thing where he became that fusion. He speculated that the reason why Bruce survived the gamma blast in the first place was because he had an unactive mutant gene, and that activated it. But then the gamma mutated.
Well, then he finally did the idea. I didn't know that, but I would do the same thing in the film franchise. What I would do is, because you know how Bruce Banner's always trying to figure out how to control the Hulk. So what he eventually finds out is that he has this mutant gene. And so then he hears about this guy, Xavier, Professor Xavier, that is the expert on mutants. So then that's how the story begins. He goes to the Xavier Academy, he knocks on the door, and he just introduces himself to Professor X and says, I hear you're an authority on mutants. And then he's like, there's a standoff, no, I don't know what you're talking about. And he goes, I think you do. And then he explains that he's a mutant. And so then, he basically, Xavier then we use Bruce Banner's character as a way to introduce the X-Men to the film franchise.
Oh, yeah.
Because they've already set this stuff up. We already know Bruce Banner. We already know the Hulk. And as far as I'm concerned, they haven't really done anything with the Hulk in the Marvel universe, cinematic universe. So then you basically introduce the X-Men that way. And then my Fantastic Four idea was, and I do think that they're going to do something like this, but they've already blown a lot of these ideas, like, with like Captain Marvel now. Captain Marvel, her origins kind of like Captain America, like she's a character out of her timeline, and all this stuff. They got to stop. Everybody's got a Captain America shield, like all the characters are able to use and manifest shields. Like, they got to stop this crossover. But the idea is that the Fantastic Four get lost in time. Like, so when they're out, they did launch in the 60s. So the actual date and time of that first comic book is when they launched out.
No, right? Sure.
So the reason nobody knew about them, and the reason that the Marvel Universe, cinematic universe, didn't have the Fantastic Four is because they were gone, but they existed all this time. So then finally they're able to find their way back. It's like Lost in Space, the TV. Mm-hmm. So they work their way back, and so then they're these heroes, right? Because that's how they are in the comic. Like they're these heroes, but they're beyond that. They've seen worlds that no one, they've lived this life that no one even knows existed. So then they come back, and then they're kind of products of their time. So you could do the characters exactly the way they're in the comic book.
Yeah,
how they're to deal with society and things like that. But it's also a family dynamic that like Steve Rogers didn't have. Steve Rogers didn't have anybody. But I remember Ringo Starr talking, this is weird, Ringo Starr talking about Elvis Presley. And he said, I sympathize with Elvis Presley. He said, because Elvis was alone through all that Elvis hysteria. In the Beatles, there were 4 of us. So we understood what each other was going through, right?
Mm-hmm.
We could commiserate. We could talk about this stuff. Elvis had nobody, right? So it would be kind of like it's a family dynamic where Steve Rogers' story was bad. It was sad. It was like he had nobody, right? And then they aged him out and he's out of the universe. But you could do that with the Fantastic Four where they're still the same age they were when they launched out in space. They haven't aged today. But they're like a family. So they all have each other's back and they all understand what each other went through. So it's a more hopeful take on that idea. And I think that could work. And it would work within the framework that they've created with their cinematic universe. So I just felt like I needed to say this because I've been saying this for years. And
good idea.
Yeah, I think they're good ideas. I have heard that they're going to do some kind of time travel thing with the Fantastic Four, but we'll see. When they did it with Captain Marvel, I was like, "Why are you doing this? This is a throwaway character. Why are you doing this?"
That one didn't make a lot of sense. Other than they wanted to fit it around Endgame, basically. They wanted to have her in the universe, but then just show up for Endgame. But it didn't make any sense to do that.
Yeah, they could have just had her come back at that moment in time.
Yeah, it was strange.
Yeah, there's many ways that you could tell that story without having to do it that way.
They really just wanted to have a blockbuster in that movie.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Yeah, when she crashes into the blockbuster, it's like, what's going on here?
Some screenwriter had just a genius idea, and he's like, "Oh, wait till you hear this."
They had to come up with some excuse for why she hasn't been around for all this time. It's like, where the hell were you when New York was invaded and shit?
Yeah,
that's
another.
She was lost in space. Yeah. Why do they even have to do any of that stuff? Just make her a contemporary character and be done with it. Yeah, they didn't have to do any of that stuff. Oh, look at that. We're Wombat saying, Art, stop making sense. Work on black and white the most you think.
Yeah. Well, we're at 20 minutes after 2 hours, man.
All right, man. Well, it has been a blast, but I do have to do one last shout out.
Sweet.
And it's my buddy, Red Gaze.
Yeah.
And Sunsworn Wings of Vengeance is still in demand. And Red Gaze is a good guy, good behind-the-scenes player, does a lot for all of us. Let's check out the video. Let me turn on
some of the best videos you're going to see.
Yeah, he did the black and white videos. Just a really good guy.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, you guys, I'm not sure how much longer this is going to be in demand, but it's a great book. The artwork looks fantastic. The cover's like an old 80s movie poster.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, and he's in the middle of fulfilling right now, so your chance of getting in this book is very, very slim. So do it now.
Yes, it is a Vinny Tartamella variant cover. The artwork looks fantastic. It's like a sci-fi fantasy adventure. I think that the two genres are brought together amazing. Great pencils, inks. Is it Nerium? Is that how you say your name?
Yeah, Katie. Nerium's her artist.
Yeah, the colors, the letters. It's just sometimes there's chemistry in comics, and this is one of those books that just has it. Like storytelling, art, coloring, writing, just fantastic. This is a quality book, you guys. It's fantasy meets sci-fi. It looks like a fun adventure story. I talked to Red Gaze. This thing's going to be epic. He's got so many stories that he's got planned for this. It's a great universe. It's not a small universe at all. And I did back it, and I did get my book.
Nice.
I did a little preview of it while we were. I was showing the video. Look at this thing.
Good Lord, that's dope. I like that.
Yeah,
that looks awesome. Oh wow!
So the box is all printed up nice. Let me make sure I don't destroy this. I got to cut this piece of tape here. Yeah, I don't want to destroy the box. But there's a flap here. This is really cool, you guys. This is quality stuff. Look at this. Let me do this justice.
Oh, that looks gorgeous.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well packaged.
Sweet.
Let me see what this is. Yeah, so this is a promotion and a thank you. Little card. That's always a classy move. I got, and then look, inside the box, it's still wrapped. So good. Oh, you guys see the back too. The back's all printed up.
Nice.
Nice.
It's fantastic looking.
That looks awesome.
Yeah. See, stuff like that's what you display on a shelf, man.
Well, I am indeed. Yes, my bookshelf is going to be adorned with sunthorn. I got my knife. I got to sharpen this thing. It's duller than dull. Aha! I got my my pin.
Ooh. Very nice. Very nice.
Oh, look at this. Sweet Mama Jamma. I got my variant, the Vinny variant.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh shit. I got so much stuff. Look at this. This is crazy. I'm probably geeking out worse than Bob did earlier when he opened it up. I got all my prints.
Nice. It looks awesome.
And it's the main cover. And then we got die cut sticker. Sweet.
Noise.
Oh, cool.
Oh my gosh. Oh shit. I gotta do this. It's this transparency. It's a card. You can't really tell, but you can see through it.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and then this is gold foil. Oh my gosh, this is a gorgeous.
Oh, that looks nice. Wow.
Oh, kick ass.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, that's really good.
I'm gonna ask him how he did this.
Yeah, no doubt.
This is fantastic.
Yeah, that looks really slick.
Yeah, the back is that too. Wow, that is so cool. And then these are nicely designed. They look
just
like
nice looking trading cards.
These look like those games that you play with the
Yeah, like a trading card game.
Magic. Yeah, Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, this one's got the embossed. Wow, that is.
Those look really nice.
I got one more. Got one more. Oh man, there's so much shit. Look at this. Oh, look at this. It's got a seal on it right here. I'm gonna try not to break the seal or hurt the seal. Ah, it came off. Cool. Sweet. Oh shit, my cards. My cards are running amok.
That's what happened when I opened that. All the cards fell out.
Don't take them out of this.
Wow. That's dope.
Nice.
Well, the finish is nice. These are really quality.
Cool anime look to it.
I gotta find out who did these. These are really nice.
Yep. Cool.
And then the back.
Got love the colors on those.
Yeah, and then I got the black and white version of the book.
Oh, that looks sweet.
Oh man, you're right. It's intoxicating. And then I got wow, so much. I got my second set of print. This is the same artist that did the trading cards. And then this is it. This is the last.
You got a ton of stuff with that.
Yeah. So you guys go back this book today. Red Gaze is one of the good guys. He did the black and white videos for me. Just great behind the scenes, a CG guy. Go support. What is this, Bob?
This is John Malin's Visions book. That Rockefeller cover.
Beautiful book.
Yeah, and it came with a bunch of prints, including this one.
Best
there.
You know what? I don't even have one of those.
It's so good, dude.
Man, this is from the Barton Bros.
Yeah, Corey.
Yeah.
I've got a pin up in that book, but I haven't seen how it's turned out yet.
Oh, you mean this one?
Oh, there we go.
Bob's done his homework.
There you go, man.
Nice work. I hadn't seen it yet. That turned out awesome.
Yeah, and then that's Canaan White there. That's awesome.
I hadn't seen the colors.
Yeah. But,
Good stuff.
Yeah, guys, a bunch of cool stuff in here.
Yeah, so CG is heating up. It's rocking. We got a Sunsworn link here. You guys click on it. Go back that book. Indeedy do. Oh, wait. Black and white movie with action figures. We are doing some of those Kishi. How do you say it?
Are you doing them?
Yeah, I'm talking to Eric Hutfels now.
Yep.
Action figures? Or?
We're going to do black and white. We're going to do both of them. Yeah, and we're going to sell it as a combo pack. I originally wanted to do it as a stretch goal, but we just couldn't make the numbers work. It's a little bit expensive for a stretch goal, but we're definitely going to have them as tiers. I got a rough sculpt of it already. It looks pretty badass, man.
That's awesome.
They're fun. They're really neat.
Yeah. So just to everybody in the chat, thank you guys so very much. Thanks to everybody, all my Pontificator brothers. Thanks, Phil, for getting in here. We've missed you, so the show's always better with you.
Yep.
And just realize we got Philip's campaign is still active. So Lost Pages 2 is still active. Go back today. Clint's Pirate Queen 2 is still active. And then once you guys, back those books, come over and back a black and white book. And just know that those action figures are going to be making their way to you guys soon. And if you've already backed the black and white, we got those T-shirts. We got the Inco T-shirts, and we have that cool wraparound shirt that Shay Red Valkyrie put together for us. She's a badass. Who knew that she had that kind of design sense, man? She's a pretty talented person as well. So thanks, guys, for sharing your Wednesday with us. Hope we were entertaining. And there's a bunch of books out there, you guys. Go share them out. back them, and just have fun, man. Comics are great. CG books are fantastic. I think we're the only industry comics, I guess, section of the industry that's doing well right now. I do believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, we started off with Diamond getting hacked, shut down. So yeah, I think we're the only viable comics that are going right now.
Can I add something, Art, before we take off?
Yeah, yes, please.
Everybody go check out Rocket. It's ending soon. Rocket Magazine. Awesome. I have an article in there that I wrote. It's going to be kick-ass. Everybody grab that so Steve can put out more.
Oh, yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. I did have the tab open. I just had forgotten about it. Yeah, this looks fantastic. It's kind of like a fanzine, like a wizard magazine, and it pretty much focuses on CG creators. And Steve Dye is one of the good guys, and yeah, he's 2 days out. So let's show him some love. I backed the featured tier, and my wife was like, "You got to get the featured tier." I'm like, "Why?" She goes, "1, you're on the cover.
Yeah.
Two, you're on the T-shirt, and then those cool badges, like those NASA badges, like my name's in there." And I'm like, "Oh shit, that's cool, man! I got to get that." So yeah, you guys, there's a lot of fun stuff, a lot of cool tiers. Oh shoot, look at that! I got an interview in here as well.
Yeah, ton of content in there. It's gonna be great.
How did that happen? Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of cool stuff. Steve's a great layout artist. He knows his shit. He's worked in publishing for a long time now. He and I are going to be doing Oodles of Doodles and other stuff too, Volume 2 together. That's my art book, so we're going to be coming up with that soon. And yeah, so you guys go check that out. And thank you so much, Philip, for bringing that up. Yeah, 2 days away. So go back that today. So, there he is. Thanks, Phil. Thanks, kid, and everybody.
That's right.
No problem, man. So everybody have a wonderful evening, and we'll be talking to you soon.